back in your motherfucking ears. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the official Brunch Boys podcast. I would like to introduce my co-host, Mr. Big Fish.
Yo, what up? What's going on?
And then we got a fan favorite and a returning guest. It's what, the third time?
Third, yeah.
The third time. I'd like to introduce the lovely Sasha.
Hello.
This is episode 109. Thanks for anybody who's joining us, anybody who's new to this, anybody that's been listening to us on a regular. I appreciate you. Shout out to all the nurses, teachers, therapists, anybody taking care of our physical and our mental. And cop some merch. You know what I mean? Got the pouring OJ t-shirt. Anybody want one of those, hit me up. If you want a regular Brunch Boys tee, hit me up. Summer's coming, spring is coming, so cop yourself a t-shirt. Anything else? Don't forget. Oh, like, comment, subscribe.
Yes.
Make sure if you're watching YouTube, make sure you hit the button down below, subscribe button, so you can get notified every time we drop an episode. And if you're listening on Apple or Audible or Spotify, make sure you give us a rate. 5 stars helps us go a long way. It's free, free to do, so you might as well. Why not? But yeah, other than that though, like, Sasha, how you doing, man? How you been?
I've been okay. I've been good. Just entered into the Dirty 30 Club.
How you feeling?
Yay.
How you
give her a clap.
We gotta give you a clap on that one. So, how you feeling from 29 to 30?
I was scared to turn 30, but you know what?
Scared? Hold on. I mean, we in our 30s, so
Yeah, I was like, we've been there already.
What scared you?
But I said this, I think, in maybe the first episode, the second episode, men's time and women's time ain't different. So y'all are okay being 30.
Yeah,
but for a woman, it's different.
We're like on turtle time.
Yeah. Men is just aging like on turtle time. Women, we like toward it like a hair. Like we're just jetting past you guys.
Yeah.
Like, so it was just scary, just the thought of aging. But honestly, I don't feel no different.
Is it you plan on having kids one day?
I do.
So is it that time? Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense.
When is that usually? I feel like for women, that usually hits them at like 28. I feel like that's when it's like, okay, now all the bullshit is over. I need to start taking this shit seriously. Yep.
Yeah.
But why is it that like women wait so long? Like, I mean, you got your 20s, but it's just like, I feel like 28 is the time. Why is it that women wait till like then to be like, yo, I need to really find me a nice guy?
Well, first of all, I think now it's not just women, but people in general are waiting later to have kids. One, for financial reasons. Two, for just our economy, our society right now. Having kids younger doesn't seem to benefit the nuclear family. It doesn't seem to benefit. And maybe I need to do more research.
I got a conspiracy theory about that. I'll talk about it then.
Okay. But yeah, it just doesn't seem like it's benefiting the nuclear family by just jumping out there having kids just because you're young. If you're not stable, and most people aren't stable until their 30s and 40s, then what are you having kids young if you're not stable?
Facts.
You kind of have to wait if you want to give your kids some kind of decent chance at life. If you're not stable, but if you're stable in your 20s, then do it. But
Word. I have a theory about that too, but I can't talk about it because then I'll get canceled. Yeah.
We're gonna discuss it after.
Yeah, we can do that.
I got a theory about like people who have kids before they're ready in life to have them. You know what I'm saying? Like at a young age. But I can't talk. I can't say that. You know what I mean? Gotta keep it PC.
Gotcha.
But anyway, but yeah, no. So like what scared you to get into these 30s, and you have any like plans to dominate the 30s?
So what scared me, I know it sounds ridiculous, was like I thought I was gonna wake up like literally on my 30th birthday and just like my bones was gonna start cracking like potato chips. Yep. And I wasn't gonna be able to drop it down no more. Like, granted, I've only been 30 for like 10 days, so maybe like that part didn't happen yet. And I remember one of my coworkers, she had this thing where she said once you turn 30, your fingers are going to start tingling. She's like, it's this random thing that happens. This is what she told me, and she was so serious. She was like, you're going to feel a tingle in your fingers. She's like, I'm serious. It happens only when you turn 30. And I'm like, I like
she lied.
That's all in her head.
She lies. It was her.
It was her.
See,
Yeah,
that's women though. We're literally like, we scare ourselves into health problems.
That's wild. I never even heard that one.
Yeah, that was my first time hearing that.
The bones thing, like my coworkers, they tell me, when you hit 40, your body's gonna be different. The only thing I really see is, like hangovers is harder to get
yes,
over.
For sure.
And healing from like a cut, it's a little slower than normal.
Yeah. 'Cause I remember when I was like 22, I would get a hangover and be fine in like a few hours. Now it takes me a whole day to recover.
Yeah, spoil your day. But that's why they make liquid IV though. You know what I'm saying?
But I also think like for me, I also think weight loss too. I always think like once you hit your 30s, like it's harder to lose weight, which I know technically as you age, just in general, it's harder to lose weight. So not necessarily just 30, but like I think about that too. I'm like, damn, like what if I start gaining weight or I can't lose the weight or my mind just goes everywhere.
For some people, this is like a prime time though, like because it's like the time where you, like you said, you know, you're more stable in your life.
Yes.
So this is actually like a great time in your life. You know, I guess it's like you kind of peak right now, and then once you hit 40, I guess it falls off.
I don't think so. I don't think
Or
so.
it starts at like a slight decline though.
Or maybe it stays stagnant until you hit like 50, then it drops.
50, you think that's where it's at?
I don't know.
Depends how you keep your lifestyle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I think your
but-
lifestyle is like
too.
Because I'll say, like me personally, before dating the partner that I'm with right now, I was dealing with, and not at the same time. Like I had talked to and dated 2 different men that were in their 40s, and I think they were both 48. Yeah, one was 47, one was 48, and like just their livelihood. Like everything, like they still had like a youth about them, and honestly, like it was amazing. I didn't know the one was 48 until I did some creeping and found out. I thought he was in his 30s, but nothing turned me off.
48.
Yeah, because he looked good, and you know, black don't crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not. Like he looked good, and like everything about like.
I'm not trying to age
that
shame,
person.
but he old as hell though.
But nonetheless, I guess if you take care of yourself and you really don't put it in your mind that 40 is old, even well into your 40s and well into the rest of your life, you can be pretty, you know, you can keep a vitality about yourself. But
Right. So do you have any plans to dominate your 30s? What's the plan? What are you doing this year? What you got, or not even this year, just the next 5?
it's just everyone's typical plan. I got to buy the house. I want to.
Get the house.
I do, and I've already been working on that. Kids, you know, I think like I've lived my 20s, and that's why I do so much like traveling and being smart with my money and doing all that stuff, because I'm at a place now where I'm not living for myself anymore. Even though I don't have kids, I'm living for my future kids. I'm not living for my first name. I'm living for my last name. And the last name that I'm gonna have, you know, I'm not gonna keep my last name forever.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I'm not living for myself. So I'm just thinking about what can I do to make sure my future is good for my children, my future children. So house, investment, some sort.
How many kids you think you want?
I wanted 3, but as you get older, the numbers start dropping down, right? If I don't start having them by 32, I'm gonna settle with 2. And if I don't start having them by 35, I'm only gonna get 1. I'm only gonna have 1. That's gonna be it. So for me, I gotta start doing it.
Yeah, I gave myself, excuse me, till 35 too. But for guys, it's different though.
My dad had me when he was 40.
Yeah, we could go get a 25-year-old. It'll be fine.
My mom was 24. My dad was 40.
Exactly.
So it works out that way. It's different when you're a woman.
Our time is untoward this time.
Yeah, it is.
And I think like for us too, yeah, like our 30s and then our 40s is like we have to be like real stable in order to get like a good woman. I feel for us guys, it's a little harder.
That's why you get one before. Well, I have a whole thing about men dating unstably and women sticking by their side. It's tough, but I mean, I feel like if you get a good woman early on before you're stable, I guess you don't have to go out there seeking it, because I feel like it's harder as you get older. As you get older, it's harder to date. I feel like it is.
Oh, it is.
It's harder to date.
It's hard to find quality, and that's where the problem comes. And then it's just like, let's say somebody like us where we have no kids, so you would want somebody with no kids.
Yeah, that's even harder.
That pool shrinks the older you get.
Yes.
It shrinks. So that's tougher. So like I would see I would if like I was single like 35, I would have to
Settle.
find me somebody who's way younger that doesn't have no kids. At like 27.
Yeah.
26. Somebody is, you know what I mean? But you would also want somebody who's lived through the bullshit 20s though. I think that would you'd have to like make sure that they've kind of got that out of the system.
Yeah,
looking for
that's
something
true.
real.
Yes.
Because that's if you date younger today, and you run the risk of like getting somebody too soon, or that hasn't been through maybe a stage where they have really found themselves or anything like that, then they'll leave you.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I do.
So, anyway, how was your trip? You went on your trip? How was it? I want to know about your trip.
So I went to Curacao.
You went by yourself?
I did. I went solo. Most people don't know where Curacao is, but it's a little island in the Caribbean. It's near Aruba. it was great. I did it as a 30th birthday trip, a solo trip. I don't know. Traveling solo is always interesting. It's always interesting because, like I said, you want to live in the moment, but you also want to record the moment, so you always remember it. But it's hard to record because you don't have anybody to record for you.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, I lived in the moment. Like I took some pictures. I met a lot of like really nice people. I met a lot of really strange people. I had a lot of really good experiences, but it's something so different about waking up every day by yourself in a place you've never been to and doing what you want to do. There's a freedom, there's a liberation. And that's mostly what I felt. I just felt liberated. Did
it at any point make you a little scared too?
Yes.
Were there any like scared times that somebody tried to hit on you or something like that? Like,
so in Curacao, everyone, predominantly everyone is Black for the most part. Well, it's an island, but there's a lot of tourists. So the first day I was in the resort, I'm walking out the resort and there is this larger Caucasian man. He's pretty large. Honestly, he kind of gave me like Russian mobster type of vibes. I don't really know how to explain it.
Sugar daddy.
Yeah, so he was, no, I don't know. So as he, like me, I'm going to be friendly. So as I'm walking out, he's walking in and I'm smiling at him because I'm like, I'm by myself. I'm smiling. I just want to be nice. And he's giving me, as I'm smiling at him, he's giving me the onlyest blank stare, but he's like staring right into my soul. He's not smiling. He's just,
that's what?
And I'm like, okay. So I just like walk off because I'm like, all right, maybe he just, I don't know. So that's the first day I see him. The second night I go out to a beach bar and he's there. And when I tell you, I'm standing up, he's sitting down. When I look over, this man's eyes was on me the whole night. As I walk a few steps away, he would get up and sit a few seats where he could still see me. So like everywhere I go, I'm looking over and I see him. Everywhere I go, I'm looking over and I'm still seeing him. And I'm like, oh my, at this point I'm scared because like, he's not smiling. He's just staring me in my eyes. And I'm just like trying to avoid. Cause I'm like, if I'm not looking, well, how would I know he's looking at me if I'm not looking at him? But I could feel him looking at me. So towards the end, I end up meeting one of the bartenders, nice guy. He's talking to me. He's like, hey, asking me how my trip is going. So he's like, yeah, just walk with me, whatever like that. So at this point, I'm not going to lie, I'm getting a little paranoid because the bartender, I'm like, oh my gosh, what if he's conspiring with him to kidnap me? Because the bartender gets up and walks away for a while and then I don't see the guy either. So I'm like, what if they're conspiring? So at this point, I walk towards the bar and I'm like, okay, I lost the guy. He's gone. He doesn't care about me anymore. Why I turn around, he was behind me.
Oh, Lord Almighty.
So at this point, the bartender comes back and he's like, oh yeah. Like, I know you're not staying far from here, but let me drive you to your hotel. And I'm like, you could be crazy. I don't trust you. And he's like, no, let me just drive you. Like, I'm safe, whatever. Nonetheless, he did make me feel safe. And my hotel was literally 1 minute away. I can actually see it from the bar. Yeah. So he gives me a ride. And at this point, when I'm going to get to his car, the guy is still looking at me and this guy leaves. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, he's going to think I'm a whore, a prostitute. He's like, or he's going to be mad that like I'm leaving with some guy, whatever. Guy drops me off. And then I ended up seeing the scary guy again. This is the third time I see him. So finally this time I'm walking out of the resort. He's walking up and he stops and he just starts talking to me in some language. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't understand. Nonetheless, he starts saying like, food, do you want to eat? Like he's like going like this with his like, and I'm like, oh no, I'm full. Then he goes, drink. And I'm like, oh no, I'm okay. So then nonetheless, he starts smiling and I asked him, I said, where are you from? And then he managed to understand that. He said, Belgium. And then I realized that I think this whole time that he actually liked me and he just wanted to talk to me, but maybe in Belgium, you just stare at someone and that's the way of flirting. But I'm like, in America, that's what will get you arrested. That'll get you like pepper sprayed. I got so scared the first night I seen him that I propped my chair up against my door because I thought he was going to break. Like I was shaking because he was a big guy. But then once we finally broke the ice, I was like, oh, I think he just likes me. Yeah. And he didn't know he doesn't speak English, so he didn't really know how to communicate that. But nonetheless, after that, I never seen him again. And I actually realized that he probably really was a nice guy. And he just didn't know how to
approach you.
I mean, language barrier. It probably language barriers.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
He didn't know how to approach.
Yeah, but
you should just send a drink over, even though you don't drink.
I don't. Yeah.
You should have been like, seltzered water to lady, please.
But yeah, it was scary because this was a big guy, and like I realized that he was there by himself, and I was there by myself. So maybe he kind of caught on to that and was like, "Oh, let me, finally break the ice." But it's scary when you're a woman by yourself in another country. I'm thinking I'm about to get kidnapped, something, and come to find out the guy was just probably a big soft
teddy bear.
Yeah, and honestly, like if there wasn't a language barrier there, and even if there was, I did eat that day. So had I not eaten that day, whatever, I might have actually sat down and had lunch with him just to be nice. You know what I mean? I think sometimes there's nothing wrong with being nice. There's two people there by themselves. Like,
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah.
I love it, yo. Anyway, now what are some things you did though while you was over there?
So I'm not much of a partier, but I did have to check out the 3 main clubs that are on the island. So I checked out all of those. Before I went down there, I learned some history about the island. So I went to most of their landmarks, which was like the Queen Emma Bridge. I went down to their Piedmont district. I ate where the locals eat at. I pet the flamingos, got kissed by a dolphin, all that cute stuff. So I went to several of the beaches. I went to a private island, took a boat tour, and just chilled, just relaxed. It was really relaxing. It was nice.
So how long were you down there for?
7 days, 6 nights.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Whole week.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a real vacation right there, though. I mean, you ever think you gonna go back, or you?
I want to go back. There was a few things I didn't get a chance to see that I wanted to see. So I'm gonna go back.
That's a
Sidebar: if you out there on vacation and you taking videos of everything, I know you're not having fun because you're trying to get everybody else to live through you. Enjoy the moment. Stop catching videos.
I mean, you gotta give them a little glimpse though.
Maybe get a taste, but if you're getting a video every 5 seconds, you're not having fun.
Like when I went to New Orleans, I have a lot of videos and pictures I didn't even bother posting online. But I gave them a glimpse though.
Yeah.
So you gotta get a taste a little bit.
Yeah.
'Cause they love that though. When people see you go on vacation, they check your
your stories.
Yeah, they check your story every day till you get back.
But I feel like people live through your stories, but they also expect you to either do more or show more. Because I know people are asking me, "Did you even have fun? Is it even lit out there?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, I had fun." Just because I didn't record every moment, or because you guys didn't see everything.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, I had a great time. It might not have been what you would consider fun, but it was what I considered fun.
Where.
So
I'm not gonna hold back on my fun for y'all entertainment. Forget that.
Yeah,
I'm there.
Exactly.
That's crazy, yo. What was your question that you had, bro?
Oh, so the question. So I had a situation at work. So this girl came up to me. It was telling me because me and her were like real cool. So she was, I guess she had just gotten out of a relationship, and she's just like, yeah, I'm like done with guys. I think I'm gonna just chill for a while. I'm like, all right, cool. But then she was like, yeah, one of our other coworkers came up to her. There's another girl. She told her, you should just become a side chick. I'm like, no, I know she didn't tell you that for real. I'm like, that's probably like the worst advice she could have gave you. I'm
Stress-free living.
What's your thoughts on that?
So what's my thoughts on her chilling or her becoming a side chick?
No, but it's becoming a side chick.
Stress-free lifestyle, yo.
There's a lot of stress that comes with being a side chick. Not that I would know as far as like I've been
It's
one,
self-inflicted stress.
Yeah, so it's a lot of self-inflicted stress. Yeah. But I think that's the worst advice, and I think sometimes women give women some of the worst advice. Like
Facts.
men give women some of the worst advice too, but women give women some of the worst advice.
Some of the worst, yo.
And
listen to your girlfriend.
yes, and I will always say, if you're a woman in a relationship, don't take relationship advice from single women.
Facts.
If you're a married woman, don't take relationship advice from other single or unmarried women. I mean, maybe there's some advice that maybe you could take. You know what I mean? Maybe you gotta, I guess, ingest what you need and then spit out what you don't. But like,
Don't do the gun. Where's it at?
But yeah, it's true because I think me personally, I always tell people, like, especially my friends in a relationship, I would never tell my friend in a relationship to leave her man. I always say if a person is not physically abusing you, if a person is not mentally abusing you, if there's no abuse going on, and they're generally a pretty good person, why would you leave your man?
Exactly.
Like, and I just don't understand when women in relationships or married women take advice from single women. If a person is not where you want to be in life, why are you taking their advice? Unless it's some sound, solid life advice that you can apply through other areas of your life. But if it's solely relationship advice, I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, like
I agree.
My rebuttal, I was like, you should never want to be second to anybody.
Yeah.
That was my whole thing. I'm like,
Second place don't win the race.
I mean, my rebuttal to that though is like some people are fine being second though. There's some people that really are fine being that.
I've never met I've never met a lifelong happy side chick like that. That's been your whole life.
I know. I actually do know somebody.
So that's what I'm saying. I know some.
You guys know someone that people that are still young, but see those same people when they're 50, 60, 70 years old with no husband, no kid, they're not going to be happy.
No, the person I know is older, and
she's okay with being a like.
I'm telling you, everybody's different.
Yeah,
some people like that kind of like, let's say, especially somebody older, right? They've been said they already had the kids, already did the marriage and shit. Some people might fall. They might be like, "Yo, I'm cool," just
Yeah, but they weren't a lifelong side chick. They already had the marriage and kids before, and now they're an old side chick. Hold on.
What's lifelong? How many years it gotta last for a lifelong? See?
Well, no, it's different.
Marriages don't even last a lifelong these days. So
that's true.
What's a lifelong?
So I know
if a man can have, if a woman stays with a man, basically, if she's his side chick through his whole marriage, that's pretty lifelong right there.
I need to see someone who's a side. Well, then again, there are some marriages that are only lasting a few months. So you could be someone's side chick. If the marriage only lasted 7 months, then you are someone's side chick through the whole marriage. But
or a side dude. I know some side dudes out here. They cool. They cool where they at. I think men are more cool where they at than women though.
I think. Okay.
Yeah, like men.
I agree with that.
If you're the side dude, you're more cool where you at because you know how to play your lane a little bit. Like because you take the emotions out of it. I think where women, like some women get lost in that is like they push the emotion into it, and you're falling for somebody who's already married or whatever, and then you want to fuck they shit up and this and that, all that. Some men would be like, all right, I'm gonna take the emotion out of it. I know that's your dude, blah blah. You live with him, you got kids with him, you just give me the treat.
I know some dudes that be putting the emotion into it too, and they just mess everything up.
But for guys, it's a little easier for us to like detach emotionally.
Well, yeah, I think it is, and that makes sense. I think just biologically for men and women, sex is just two different things. For men, sex is physical. For women, sex is emotional. We crave the actual. For men, sex is the act. For women, sex is the intimacy. So it's different. So
when we get cheated
yeah. So I feel like, of course, like women.
You suck his dick. That's always the question. Because that shit hurts. You know what I'm saying? That's painful. Like imagine that shit. That hurts. As a man, it hurts.
Yeah, because like that it's more than physical. When she's done that, it's now because there's something more to it, and that's why I think like I don't know. I don't see happy.
To the meat pulse.
But I don't see women who can. I mean, you have to be a woman that has really been through some things in life, or you have had to already live your life, like been through the marriage and kids, and say, you know what, I've been there, done that. Now I'm okay with just playing the side because I don't want that anymore. But if you are a woman who knows that you've never had the marriage, never had the kids, I can't see you being a happy lifelong side chick because you're always yearning for something that you never had. You're living vicariously through this woman by using her man. Like secretly you want to take her place.
But who's using who though?
What do you mean who's using her?
In that situation, you say by using her man, but who's using who?
She's getting used.
It's a give and take. You know what I mean? It's a give and take. Both sides.
That's
both sides. I mean, I'm just saying. That's how I feel about it. Both sides. Anybody that's married, I gotta, comment.
Yeah.
Nah, don't
don't get caught up. Don't get caught up.
Yo,
that's your business.
Go on your burner page. Yeah, I know some of y'all got those. Anyway, but now I got a question. Right, I got a question real quick. Somebody said I was having conversations with people yesterday, and they told me to access on the pod, so I was like, all right, bet. Is when you look in the mirror or you're alone, in your thoughts, what does your higher self look like, and what will it take for you to get there? Damn, right? That's deep, huh? Yeah, go ahead. Anybody?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
False. Go ahead, False.
Yeah, I think.
My higher self? Damn. That's tough. That's tough.
I'm about to play some music right now. While we wait for the...
Yeah, we might need the Jeopardy music for this one.
I mean, because I think I'm just trying to break down and understand the question. Can we circle back to it? Because I want to think about it.
You want me to reread it and then we circle back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so it's when you look in the mirror or when you're alone in your thoughts, what does your higher self look like, and what will it take for you to get there?
Okay.
All right, we'll circle back. You say you had some questions.
I did. I had one, and it was kind of in regards to what Faustina said. As far as like a woman who said she was going to be alone for a while. This is a question in regards to men and women again.
Okay.
So let's say, for example, you guys started dating a girl. Y'all went on several dates. Y'all haven't slept together yet.
Okay.
But this girl, she may have slept with somebody that you know. Maybe it was a coworker that you used to be real cool with. Like, I was your coworker. Y'all might not be like, hey, bro, all the time. But when y'all see each other, it's nothing but love. She knows that you guys know each other, but you don't know that she slept with that guy. Do you expect her to tell you in the beginning? Do you expect her to tell you after you guys sleep together? Or do you expect her to not tell you at all? Or do you want him to tell you as a man? Who do you think should tell you that they slept with each other?
In this situation,
Yeah.
I feel like I've been here.
Okay.
And I told dude.
Wait, so you were dealing with the girl.
No.
Oh, he was dealing with the girl.
The girl that I already.
Okay, and then you told him?
It was a coworker, yeah. And I'm like, yo, like you showed me a picture and I seen her. And I was like, oh, they met on a dating app. And I looked at the pic and I was like, oh. And I was like, yo, yeah, I talked to her before.
Okay, but like, let's say, for example, that she knows, like, so if she never tells you, like, oh, let's say it was the opposite and you were dealing with a girl and he slept with her and she knows that you guys know each other, would you be mad at her for not telling you that she slept with him, or you don't care? It's not your business. Like,
What was it, like a coworker you said?
I mean, but he's a cool coworker. Like, when y'all used to work together, he was your work friend. That was your dog. But like, when y'all not at work.
And I would want her to tell me.
But do you want her to tell you right in the beginning when you and her first start talking, because you guys haven't slept together yet? Or do you want her to tell you like after you guys went on a couple dates? Or do you expect her to tell you after you guys have already got in a relationship? Now she can finally just tell you.
Nah, don't tell me when we get in a relationship, because that shit might end right there.
So when do you want her to tell you?
In the beginning.
Like,
before we even have like relations where,
Okay.
because I like that allow me to make that choice.
Yep.
Whether I want to keep dealing with you or not.
Yeah.
Now then, if I get like invested in it, or like, we sleep together and then
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take this seriously, and then boom, you tell me that shit, I'm be like, yo, bro, nah.
How about you?
If I'm really like if I'm really like into her,
Yeah.
and I want it to actually be something, it'd be best if she just got it out the way.
Okay.
And then it'll leave it up to me to decide how to react to that information.
You gotta
I agree.
allow me the opportunity to decide what I want to do with that information. You know what I mean? It's putting it onto somebody like after, like, especially if let's say it does, you got to know them, you like them, and then it got serious. It's unfair. It would be unfair to you if they then came to you with something like that, because then it's like, damn, bro, you waited all this time. Like,
Yeah.
that's something that, for me, that's something that's important.
Because I feel like that's something I would do. I would tell you right away if that was me. It's like,
Would you?
yeah.
You would tell the girl, like, so if you slept with a girl's coworker and you found out they were coworkers, but they were cool coworkers, you would tell her, like, in the beginning, like, hey, listen, I banged your coworker.
You're gonna find out either way. Like,
Yeah, it's good. They're gonna find out.
I
Yeah,
agree.
eventually. Yeah,
But you would tell her.
yeah, I would tell
in the
her.
beginning.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you would, I feel like you would have to, though.
yeah. Because it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out
It's gonna
eventually.
come out, and then I feel like if it comes out from the other person, it makes it worse.
Yeah, it's gonna make it
It
It makes
worse.
it makes it, especially from a if it's a woman and you slept with somebody that your guy knows, then it does make it worse.
Yeah.
Makes it way worse.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it's just like, yo, I mean, on some radio shit, I hit her first, like, and that's your lady.
Yeah.
It's different, yeah, that's your lady. So it's kind of like, damn, yo, make it put
Yeah, I have to be willing to do that. If I want that from her, I should be able to do that too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It has to go both ways.
Yes.
For
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
For sure. So, go ahead, George. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So I wanted to kind of expand into a question regarding women, and this is okay. I seen a video earlier on YouTube, and it was saying if a woman has no female friends, it is a red flag.
Facts.
Yes.
Why?
It's weird, yo. Like, I feel like I talked about this before. Okay, so
Have you?
Okay. It's very weird. Like, my whole shit about dating, I think dating somebody who has no friends at all is weird, super weird, because it's like, what are you gonna do when I'm hanging out with my friends?
Yeah.
I don't want to be your everything. I know it sounds nice to be somebody's everything, but I'm not one of them people. I don't want to be your everything. So I want you to have friends, because then it's like, yo, some people need time apart. Like, you got your sanity. You can't just hang out with one person forever.
Yeah.
So even if you're living together, whatever it is, but I want you to be able to, like, yo, you want to go out for drinks, blah blah, and be relaxed.
Yeah.
Get a different type of vibe other than just being with me. Type of shit. Yeah, I feel it's important to, like, have your friends and for people to give you advice other than just mine all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
People got family.
Yeah, family, but family. You know what I mean, sometimes you talk to your friends way differently than your family. Your friends know a lot of things about you that your family will never.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, there are those type of things. You know, like it's great to have. I think it's great to have all three. So you have like your person, your family, and you have your friends. If you have all three of those in a nice balance, I feel like most people are okay. If you have that kind of nice balance, like you could reach out to different people depending on what things. Let's say something happens, depending on who you want to talk to about, you could reach out to different people. Now, if you're lacking one of those, makes it harder, yo. And it just, for me, it's just like dating somebody that doesn't have no friends. It's just like, damn, bro, like what the fuck? I gotta hang out with you every fucking day. And when I want to go out, now I gotta like, damn, bro. Yeah. Yo, I ain't going nowhere because she ain't got no friends.
I feel like it could be smothering too, because it's just like, yo, like I really can't just like have my time and you have your people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but the whole thing is like female friends,
yes,
right?
That's my core question, because you guys are circling back to friends, but I want to focus solely on why is it a red flag for her to not have because what if she has male friends, which I want to double back to that.
Why you got so many? I just need to know
but
why
you
you
see,
got so many.
but it's okay. But if you have no female friends, what's the red flag about that? I understand, George, what you said.
Yeah, why can't you get along with girls? That's weird to me.
What's your perspective on a woman not having female friends?
Yeah.
Why is there a sausage fest around you? I'm confused. Like
besides that though,
besides that, yeah.
I'm kidding. That's a
so,
joke.
So from that,
besides that, like to me is because you run into girls that be like, oh, I don't get along with girls. That's why they have a lot of guy friends. But to me, what's the issue there? Like there has to be some type of issue, whether if it can't be everybody else and not you. So. What's the issue? What issue do you have with girls? Like, is it you can't trust them or they can't trust you? Like, is there a problem that you really can't have girlfriends and shit like that? So, or is there something you went through with girls that kind of like, because some girls, they might have went through some betrayal or something.
Exactly. It could be
other girls deep-rooted.
But even still, you went through betrayal with one girl or two girls. All the girls around you is betraying you? You got to ask yourself why.
You're the one choosing them, right?
Yeah.
As friends. Yeah. So you got,
it's a red flag.
It's a red flag. Big red flag.
So... Okay, so her not having any female friends is a red flag. What if she only has male friends?
If she has only male friends, I mean, I'm secure enough. Whatever. I mean, I would.
Hell nah, bro. You lying. This boy's crazy. Ain't no way. What are we talking about? What's going on here? Okay. You talking about? I just seen that video online that was like the girl was like, oh, the best sex sometimes comes from the dudes that you call bro. Like, nah, we're not.
I never seen that video.
I never seen that either. Never seen that.
Wildin', no way. No. To me, that's weird. That's even weirder than
not having no female.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's even weirder. Like if your whole crew is guys, bro. Nah, man.
So
I ain't trying to have a bunch of niggas in my house come in here like, yo, come to hang out with your girl. What? Are you crazy, bro? Yeah. That's OD weird.
So I think whole thing.
I even think like having like her best friend being a dude's kind of weird too a little bit sometimes.
Okay.
Because now you got to know the dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to really like. I feel like they got to be super honest. Like in order for me to be with somebody who has like a best friend that's a dude, especially a straight dude, like they got to be super transparent about that situation. Like if anything ever happened, like anything happened when y'all was kids, if y'all been friends for a long time, let's say maybe they got together when they were kids and then it didn't work out type shit, but then they just decided to be friends for, since then. Like you would still have to be transparent about that. Like,
and you're still okay with her being him being her best friend?
It depends. Some situations it would depend, but it would have to be like, oh, like we dated in middle school and then,
okay, so
it's like, yeah.
What if they banged? Like, what if
they banged?
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, the door's always there.
So she can't be friends with him. So she can't be friends with him no more.
Hell nah. What? You gonna be best friends with the dude that you slept with? That's crazy. Like, come on now. That's wild.
I mean, the person I consider my best friend is a female, but never had nothing happen like that. Okay. So, like I said, for me, I don't see it. I don't see it as weird. I don't know, just because. I'm like I said, I have a female best friend, so I'm just like I don't know why guys and girls can't be best friends.
But okay.
What if they slept together?
Yes, I'm saying what they slept together.
Well, like it was like way back then.
Yeah, okay. Did it happen
once? Like, did it happen once?
Maybe it happened twice. I don't know. You're still okay.
There's a lot of variables playing right now.
Okay.
Give us one. Hold on. Give us one variable, y'all.
So if it happened like once, like way back, and it never happened again after that, then it is what it is.
He been plotting on that poon since.
Yeah. But if it's constantly happening, then maybe it might be a problem.
Constantly. What is constantly gonna
like,
mean?
wow.
Like what? They like friends with benefits whenever they're in a relationship type shit?
I guess so, something like that.
That's wild. That's not your best friend.
That's not your best friend.
Yeah. Somebody who you want to be with, but you choose not to for some reason.
Yeah. To double back, I think a female not having any female friends is a bit of a red flag from a woman's perspective, from a friend perspective. So if I meet a girl and she doesn't have any female friends, I'm like, okay, well then I can't be your friend because I'm a female. But I think it's even weirder when you meet a girl and she can't keep a friend. So let's say she has some female friends or she had some female friends, but every time you talk to her, she got her a new best friend. That's weird to me. How is that your best friend when just 2 weeks ago she was your best friend, when just 2 weeks ago the other girl was your best friend? That is very strange to me. That's not being able to keep a friend is weirder than not having no friends at all. Because I'd rather you be solo and be by yourself if you know you really can't be someone's friend, as opposed to just keep cycling through friends. Because now it's given like there's definitely something wrong with you that you can't keep a friend. And this coming from me, I have a lot of girls that would consider themselves my best friend, and I would consider them my best friends as well. But I've been friends with some of the same girls since middle school. Like it's very rare that I fall out with my female friends. Very, very, very rare. I've known some of these girls for like almost 20 years. So for me, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know how, even as we're growing up and even as we're growing apart, there's still no beef. So we're still friends.
Yes. So
you can't say, oh, I outgrew this person or something. You can outgrow people, but it's like outgrowing them and having friendships should still be there. Exactly. But for you to not have no friends and every time I see you got a new best friend, it's like, I don't trust you. I don't trust you even more than I don't trust the girl who don't have no female friends. I especially don't trust you who keeps having a new female best friend, because it just gives weird. It gives sneaky, and I don't like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I think we might, like for us, we might have like a different perspective on that, because we have friendships that last so long.
Yeah.
That we have like we look at people that don't, like, damn, what the fuck?
But as a grown adult person, as we know, I think it's just harder to make friends as you get older. To me personally, it is. So I'm like, I got to stay down with the day ones, because like it's hard to make friends as you get older. Like, for example, when I was out in Curacao, I was sitting down at a table in a restaurant, and it was the way they eat is like a kind of cafeteria style at this place. So you just kind of sit next to a stranger. So I was sitting down by myself, and some girl came and she sat next to me, and she was with her mom. And the girl asked me like, oh, are you by yourself? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, if my mom didn't come, I would be by myself too. I love to travel solo. So her mom is like, you guys should get together. You guys should be friends and exchange numbers. So we exchanged numbers, and she lives, no, it's not. She was nice. She lives down in Texas, but to be honest, like she seems like a nice girl, but I'm just like, it's hard to like, it's like kind of like starting a new relationship. So what do you like to do?
Yeah.
So what do you do for work? Right. And then me and her kind of like, our texting is so sporadic. Like I'll hit her up like every 2-3 days, and then she'll respond every 2-3. And I'm like, this is just so weird. Like I don't have to go through this with my day ones. And as an adult, it's hard to like build like this new communication and trying to like be courteous to someone else's time and text them back in a timely manner. And it's just too much to think about. And I'm like, I'd rather just be friends with my friends, and maybe if people come in and they kind of like just filter in as life goes on, that's fine. But like just going out there seeking out new adult friendships, it's hard.
No, it is. Really well, I mean, I guess for us, I feel like for guys it's a little easier though, because it's just common things.
Yeah, that's literally what it is.
So like with common things. So let's say you go play basketball a lot. It's easy to make friends because I have a common thing. So and then if they happen to have common things with you outside of basketball, then it makes it even easier. Be like, yo, so you know what I mean, y'all trying to go catch the game, or y'all trying to go watch a fight, So like things like that makes it a lot easier for us guys. Like my coworkers, I hang out with them. We're going bowling tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So like it makes it's real easy when you have things that you can all do together that make it a little easier to actually make friends. So like if I wasn't working at my job, there's a few of them that I can actually hang out with still. That I would consider my friends. There's very few, but there's ones where it's like, yo, we can, when we're out, we can actually talk and have a real conversation. That's the problem I feel like when we get older is like, I look at a lot of people as weird. So it's like, if you can't really have conversation, like nice banter with me, then then it's like I can't really be your friend. Like, what the fuck we gonna talk about, yo?
Yeah.
If we can't really have conversations, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what am I gonna do with you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's true.
and especially a lot of times, like people go out and grab drinks, and it's like drinking is like what they say, the lube to like
Like an icebreaker.
Yes.
yeah. So it's if like we can't really like sit down, have a drink, and have conversations and shit like that. It's like, we can't really be friends, bro. Like, I see why you have no friends. Nah.
But now he's right. It is the common thing though, because like at my job now, like my lead, shout out to her by the way. Like we actually clicked because I found out she went to our high school.
Okay.
Like she actually graduated a year after I did. So I was like, oh, okay. So we just had stuff to talk about like school just back in the day, and it just kind of just went from there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for guys it's a little different. It's a little easier actually for us. I feel. Yeah.
Because I don't hang out with none of my coworkers at work.
No.
No shade to them. I just don't hang out with any of them. And I have a thing where I don't let them follow me on social media. None of them.
Really?
I literally have only one person that follows me on social media, and that's Chris. And that's it. Like no one else from my job is allowed to follow me on social media. My coworkers found my Instagram one time from my hairdresser's page. She tagged me, and they were watching my story. I went and blocked them all. I was scrolling through my story. I seen they was watching it. Blocked them all. I block my bosses in advance. The minute I get a new job, and if I can like sync their phone numbers in my phone, I block them in advance. All of my bosses, I block them. HR, if I find them, I block them. My name isn't even on my Instagram no more. Like you can't even type in. Yeah, no, I don't know. My who I am inside of work and who I am outside of work are just two different people, and it's not your business. My friends are like, oh, follow me. My coworkers at work, they're like, oh, follow me. And I'm honest. I'm like, I'm be honest with you. It's not nothing against you. I like you, but until we're not coworkers anymore, I really don't. I just can't do that. Even people who I'm nice with, but I'm straight up with. Like I have people that I'll talk to at work. We'll get lunch together. I'll pay for their lunch. They'll pay for my lunch, and they still don't follow me on social media. They're not going to until I'm no longer working there, or they're no longer working there. And I don't post anything bad on my page. I really don't, but that's my boundary. Like you're only gonna get a piece of my life that I allow you to get. That's it. You're only gonna see the part of my life that I allow you to see. So we can be inside of work friends, but don't be in my business. I don't like that. You in my business, don't do that.
I respect that.
Yeah,
people like to talk.
Yeah, they like to talk.
Yeah.
Like. And
I got a couple people, but I don't post nothing crazy on my Facebook and stuff. So I'm just like, whatever, y'all could be there. But I feel like they always want a story, and then stuff like that just spreads everywhere. And it's just like, that's not even true. But,
like, I mean, I just don't want y'all seeing me in my little office clothes, and next thing you know, boom, Sasha in a bikini. First of all, that's my business. All right,
exactly,
that's y'all need to see what I look like outside of work. Just know, there's no underneath these little work pants. There's a little body, but that's my business. That's my business. Don't be trying to see nothing. That's my business.
Hilarious.
That's it. Like. I'm straight up. I tell my coworkers, like, listen, who I am inside of work, don't get fooled. This ain't who I am outside of work. Y'all just mind your business. Just let me do what I do.
See, for where I work, it's kind of like you could be yourself, like with certain people at work. So same way at work as you are outside. And a lot of people on my job are, but I work with a lot of men though. That's what the problem is. Like it's like 120 men to like 3 girls and shit on my job. So it's like, you could literally just be yourself and just be like,
It's
different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's different.
Yeah,
I'm a social worker. Like I work at several agencies, and I work at like several nonprofits and stuff. And I do a lot of code switching at work. Code switching with my language, with who I am, and not really with my language. I kind of speak the same as I do inside and outside of work. But I just feel like as a social worker, Sasha, and weekend Sasha are just two different people. And I'm not different in a way where I'm wild and crazy. Like I'm honestly pretty boring. I don't drink. I don't really do anything. I don't smoke. I don't do anything outside of work that I would really care for anyone to know. I just still feel like it's just not their business. Like it's just not your business. Like I'm so personal on my page that I don't really have anything. Like I said, there's nothing crazy. I don't even post my partner and nothing like that. But it's still not your business.
Exactly.
I just don't like it. And I don't even go out my way to find my coworkers either, to follow them. Like I would scroll right past my coworker's page. I mind my business. Like, oh, what? You called up for work to do what? That ain't my business. I'm scrolling past. No, I ain't see you on Instagram. No, I did not see you. No, I did not watch your story.
There's been times when coworkers I've called out and then they're posting like they're at a bar or something, and everybody's like, yo, you see, they at the bar.
Stupid.
I get what you're saying. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you don't post your significant other. Is there a reason?
Yeah.
Reason for that? What's the reason? Can we know?
Because I think that one, just a few reasons. One, I feel like a lot of outside energies can mess up a good thing. Two, I feel like every time you post someone, it just seems like people always have a story. Luckily for me, my partner isn't from around here. He does not live in Allentown, has never lived in Allentown, has never lived in the ABE, Lehigh Valley area ever. So even the emoji over the face, like, oh, I think I know him. No, you don't. You don't. You would never. But I just feel like it's just my relationship is something so personal to me. And I feel like Taraji P. Henson says something and it kind of made sense and some people kind of don't agree, but you don't get claimed until you claim me. Granted, he is my man, but at the end of the day, until he has put a ring on my finger, I don't need everyone knowing who he is. Gotcha. I don't need it. You don't get, and he posts me on his page. I'm on his page. I'm on his story. But me and him had that discussion in the beginning. I said, listen, we are together. This is a private relationship, not a secret relationship. People will know that you're around. They will see your hand, your arm. I will say it. I have a man. It's out there. So I'm not hiding him. I'm not hiding my man from the world. I'm hiding the world from my man.
Okay, great.
And that's it. All right. I'm hiding. Okay. I'm hiding the world from my man. And that's just what it is. It's private. It's personal. And on top of that, I always think if things don't work out, people are going to be like, oh, what happened to your man? What man? What man? Your man? What he look like? Oh, I don't know. Oh, you don't know because there was never a man there. Mind your business. You don't know.
You could archive the pics though. If it doesn't work out.
No, I don't feel like doing all that. Like I always say, I will do a husband reveal. Once we are walked down the aisle, once we have gotten married, then I will finally take the emoji off the face. Maybe, or I'll probably just delete social media altogether and go live my life and be with my husband and my kids. And if it don't work out with him, I don't got to worry about people being like, oh, wasn't she just dating some guy who was all over her page? No, I wasn't. Mind your business. No, I wasn't. Like,
I can see that. Yeah. That's good though. I mean, I was once there at a point where I was dating somebody who was really serious about that though. Like, oh, you gotta post me, why don't you post me? And I was always like, yo, nah, not gonna do it. Like the fact that you asking me and you like almost begging me to do it, I was like, nah. So I never did.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, and then since then I don't really like post nobody like on my page, but I mean here and there.
But you know what? It has to be something that I think, like, especially in a social media age where it's not official unless it's Instagram official or Facebook official or TikTok. I feel like that's where a conversation happens in the beginning, where two people have to come together and kind of like agree to disagree or agree on how we're going to handle this. Like me and my partner in the beginning, I said, listen, this is the way I feel about our relationship. It is our relationship. It is private. It's not secret. And in the beginning, his sisters found my page and they were kind of like, it's, just be careful with her, because you be posting her and she don't be posting you. And like I told him, I said, this is our relationship. You know what I mean? Like, and he agreed, this is our relationship. And I told him, you don't have to post me. As long as people know you have a girl, you don't have to. Like, we don't need to play the tit for tat where, if she don't post me, I don't post her. If he posts me, I'm going to post him. It doesn't work that way. And he made the choice to say, I'm okay with our relationship being out there and showing who you are. So I'm going to post you. And I'm okay with people knowing that you're with me. So you don't have to. I know what we have. And I know that you're not keeping it a secret. Never a secret. I'm always like, oh, my man, he's there. You see a body, you see a hand. But like, why do you have why do people let people into such an intimate part of their life? Like your relationship, your finances, your family, like it's very intimate. And I don't even post my family like that. Like I never post my mom. I barely post my siblings. Like I post my friends here and there, but like those are the most like core important people in my life. And I just don't feel like I need to share them with everybody. I just don't. Like, I'm not a vlogger. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a celebrity. I'm a regular person. No one cares. And I don't care to always put it out there.
I think your fan club cares. They definitely do. I disagree with you on that part of everything you said. That last part was the part where I'm like, nah. all them, 2,000 niggas on there, they all care. Facts.
No, they all know. But
they care. They're watching very closely. if you go like a month without posting the emoji on the face, they're like, hey, yo.
His ass is out of here.
Yo, you back? Right, be like that though. Be like that. And
I agree with y'all though. And nobody needs to know what's going on. All y'all need to know. All y'all need to know is we're together. That's it. Exactly. Yeah. That's all you need to know.
My whole shit with that is that we should not make social media a problem in a relationship.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at it.
Agreed. To an extent.
To an extent, of course, to an extent. Like like when it comes to like posting, like it should never be a problem of like posting each other. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, if you want to tag a hand, like I see some people, they just tag a hand.
They tag a hand,
just to let you know, subtle shit. You know what I mean? Our boy just did that. You know, Chris, shout out to Chris. Posted them holding the glass. Like, to me, like that's subtle. Like, yo, you know, hey, people now know.
Yes.
Do they need to see the face? Fuck no, they don't need to see the face.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's not everyone's business.
Yeah, you know, do it the way that is between the two people, because then it's like you see the people that, let's say, post their significant other all the time, but then you know they cheating on them, or you know what I'm saying,
they're
like,
not happy.
They're not happy.
Has
Their
something to
relationship
prove.
sucks, but they keep posting pictures like, oh, we're together doing this. And it's like, yo, you're not really happy though.
Yeah.
But you're posting like you are. You know what I'm saying?
But I will say that not everyone that posts their significant other is unhappy. There are some people that are happy, which is why I agree that it just has to be whatever works for the relationship, right? If you are a person who's content with posting your significant other all the time and it works for you, then you shouldn't be deterred from doing that just because some people don't want to do it. Like if it works for you, it works for you. But there's no one size fits all when it comes to social media and relationships. There's not, but it shouldn't be social media should never be a defining thing in your relationship. Social media does not define your relationship. It could be official, even if it's not Instagram official, even if it's not Facebook official. You can have an officially happy life without all those things. Because before all those things, people were happily married and happy relationships. Before there was a Facebook, an Instagram, a MySpace, we've had marriages for years upon years upon years, happy relationships for years. So it can continue to be that way even without social media.
Facts. Agreed. Yo, goddamn.
Yes. She's spitting today.
Always.
Actually, so like bouncing off that, I got this. There's this thing I seen online about men and women and the percentage of like single. I do. Damn. So it shows up. I said as of 2022, they said 30% of U.S. adults are neither married, living with a partner, nor engaged in a committed relationship. Nearly half of all young adults are single, and it says 34% are women, and a whopping 63% are men.
Wait, read that last part of the statistic again about
34%
are in happy relationships.
No.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
All right, the whole thing is there's 30% of U.S. adults are neither married, living with a partner, nor engaged in a committed relationship.
Okay.
And then nearly half of all young adults are single. So that's 34% of women, and then 63% of men.
Man, the men ain't single. The men ain't single.
That's all I wanted to discuss.
Yeah, the men ain't single.
There's different variables to that. Like, I think
They got a girlfriend. They just don't know it.
Either the girls,
they know it.
Either the girls were lying or the dudes were lying. Somebody in this,
somebody lying.
The men is lying.
I think the women lying too, yo.
That they don't have a man?
Because look, that they're in a relationship. If the number of guys is for guys is that big,
the number of women is
women has to be a little higher too. Because there could be some women out there who are side chicks that or are like with a guy that he thinks he's single. Yeah. And she thinks they're.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, she think that's her man, but it's their man.
But it's their man.
Right.
Or it's just even if like he's only talking to her, it's like I'm still single though. You know what I mean? And she's feeling like, yo, I'm in a relationship. I got this guy. I've been with for a while. Nah, but he's over here like, nah. You think I'm single? I'm living the bachelor life type shit. So I think this is like a skewed. I don't know if they really these people told the truth, but I think these numbers are off, yo. Something off about it on both sides.
Thoughts?
Yeah, what are your thoughts, man?
You go first.
Nah, just like y'all said, something don't seem right. So
I think
it's off.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like you said, there's a couple of different variables in that situation because I think maybe the men and the women are defining relationships differently.
That's probably what it is.
So maybe the women are like, oh, well, we've gone on several dates. I call him my boyfriend or whatever the case may be. So that's that. So we're in a relationship, which that is presumably what you would think. But maybe the men are like, no, like, yeah, we date and she's cool, but like that's not where I'm at with it. I really don't know.
So it's probably just based on definition.
Yeah, maybe it's based on definition. Maybe men and women perceive the question differently, and maybe they perceive the roles in the actual relationship itself. Maybe they define relationships differently.
Yeah, and I look at it. I think it's very skewed too because there's way more women than men in the world. So, to me, it's like, how is it that you really got to think about it. Like, how is it that 63% of the young adults? So this is like mostly young adults. So 63% of the guys are single. That sounds crazy because there's a lot of girls having sex out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and dudes having sex. So it's like, well, actually, no, a lot of dudes they can't get no cheeks these days. That's facts. That's facts. A lot of guys can't get no cheeks these days. That's very true. But there's
women control sex, men control relationships, and that's another factor.
Exactly.
Too.
Yes, yeah.
Men control the sex, men control the relationships.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
so.
true.
So
That's true.
for me, it's like, I don't know, the dynamic of this whole thing, this research. I don't know. I'd have to like read up on it because I feel like it's wrong.
Yeah, you gotta do your own research on it.
I feel like it's wrong. But they are saying that these days less and less people are having sex overall, and less kids are being born.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I think also when you had said there's way more women in the world than men, there's not way more people. I think this number is so highly inflated. There's like point something. No, it's literally. I think there's
like millions.
I think there's 51. I think there's, if I'm not mistaken, 50 point maybe 49. It's like the population in the world is like 50.49% women, and the other percent is 49 point. But it's like it's not that much.
That's 5 million.
But if you think about it, some people say, oh, there's two women to every man, and there's not. There's like 1.75 of a woman to every man.
That's 2.
There's not two.
Round it up,
it's not 2. You don't. It's not 2 women.
No,
there's not 2. There's not. Y'all can't have 2.
A man should have 2 women.
No, it's not true. It is not true. It's just not. Like I was really looking into this because I'm like, I hate hearing the statistic. There's not that many
ladies out there. I feel like, yo, maybe I need to start playing teams. Double team it. You know what I'm saying? Could all be happy.
Most men can't handle 2 women. Most men can't. handle
obviously.
One woman.
Oh, so
one woman is a lot.
A lot of dudes out here can't even get a single.
Exactly. So it's not. So it's not true.
It's not very. But I also think that there's they got taken into account, like anybody being in like either gay or anything like that. That has to be taken into account as well.
Polygamous relationships too, because there are some men that are taking more than one woman, but there are some women that are occupying more than one man in an actual polyamorous relationship.
Yeah, and that's getting more and more popular, or open
relationships.
It's being more and more open. Now it's being more. People are. You see, if you were in dating apps, you see people say like,
they're poly.
They're poly. Is a lot of people saying they're poly. So it's like that's more of a. I guess society is getting more comfortable with that.
Because we're getting more comfortable with all types of different relationships,
and lifestyles.
and lifestyles, and people are learning to live in their truth and say, hey, this is what I want, this is what I desire, and if that works for them, that does. So I think that definitely plays a factor into the types of relationships: homosexual relationships, heterosexual relationships, polyamorous and polygamous relationships. So yeah, maybe those are factors in there.
I'm saying them numbers are skewed, man. Shit's off. But I do know a lot of dudes that are having a hard time out here with these.
It's very hard, and it's hard, and it's hard, and it's sad too.
It is.
It is. Dating nowadays is very sad.
I feel like we're at the point where it really is getting harder for some guys though.
But what makes it worse is that even though it's hard for the men, it's even harder on the nuclear families. It's harder on the population too. When we're not having children, and our population it's not dwindling, it's still there, but it's going to eventually lessen and lessen because we're not having kids, because we're not having any type of nuclear families.
They said China's population is too old.
It's too old. But don't they have like a child limit? You can only have 2 children per family.
I think they used to.
They stopped that now?
I don't know if they stopped it, but I know because
some place they're paying people to have kids.
I know because of that, when they had that, their population is too old.
Exactly.
Because of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They had a cap on how many kids you could have and shit.
Yeah, there was 2. I think it was 2. I think every household could only have 2, and if you have more than 2, I think something happened. I don't remember, but I don't think it was something good. But there is I don't know which country. Is that true?
Yeah.
They really thought the third.
No, I saw it in like what was I watching? What movie was that?
I'm really believing you.
Nah. What was that?
I'm like, oh my god, they do that?
No. There was like a Disney movie. Oh no.
Yeah, Prince of Egypt. I love that movie.
He threw his ass to the alligators.
That's not just a movie. That was actually like in biblical times. It actually did happen.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, wait, they're taking it back to biblical times where you just throw the third child, the firstborn boy into the.
They did something. They did something.
No, if they found out you probably they did something.
There is a country that's paying women to have more children or something like that.
No,
I don't know where that is.
Globally, we're not having enough kids.
And that's why I say relationships are at a really sad place right now, because it's not just people are so kind of selfish. I think when they think of relationships and perspectives, they think, oh, what can I gain out of this? What can I gain out of this? Not realizing that, I know it sounds like, oh, you're just being dramatic, but the fate of the world is literally depending on people having children and having cohesive relationships. Because if we don't, then all of the countries in the whole world, we will eventually age out into into nothing. And then, AI and artificial intelligence is taking over, and now robots. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole.
No.
Nonetheless,
Let's do it. Because I have one of my topics is conspiracy theory. So
okay, but yeah,
you want to hear mine?
Yeah, I do.
It has to do with this topic.
Yes.
So mine is I feel like this is designed, right? This is my conspiracy theory.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it's real. I don't want nobody out there to be like, yo, you a crazy nut ass dude.
That's the FBI about to come for.
Everybody has some shit. I feel like I cracked the code, but I always wonder like why there's certain features in your phones, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of people get caught up, like, get caught cheating, get caught up in and all that shit through their phones. But have you ever noticed that there are some features in your phone that are like made to help you cheat?
No. Explain.
Okay. So some phones have like you go private mode or some shit.
Yeah.
Where you can hide certain shit in your phone and then boom, put a password on it and nobody even knows that shit is there.
All phones, I think. Most,
right.
Almost all of them.
Has anybody ever asked for that feature? It just popped up one day, right?
Yeah.
So over time, think about it. Have you ever needed it? Like in your life, have you ever been like, yo, it would be nice to have private mode right now?
Not that I can think of.
All these features on the phone.
Not that I can think of.
Just appear. Like clicking out of an app real quick. Like, let's say you're looking at some shit.
Yeah.
And then your significant other comes. You can quickly tap, and it'll switch back to whatever another app real quick, just like that. Blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Who asked for that feature? Telling you, yo, there's something here. I don't want to break it down because I know y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but
no, I'm listening. I'm
telling you, there's certain things like I never like a lot. I feel like the guys working on these phones are like, this is my conspiracy. This is where it gets a little crazy. I feel the guys that are working on these phones are actually like doing it for themselves, and then these features just come to us. Okay. And then in turn, these features are actually like ruining relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people get caught up in their phones. A lot of people. That's literally, you get caught cheating, a lot of times it's in your phone.
That's true.
So what I'm saying is they're creating apps to help you cover up your tracks. Why?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
I never thought about that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, nobody ever thinks about that shit. Nobody ever asks for these features. They just come.
That's true.
And there's guys working on them. You know what I'm saying? I know that motherfuckers is out here cheating too.
But I think when you said a lot of people get caught up with their phone, that kind of brings me back to like a question regarding relationships and phones. And I'm gonna ask you guys, it might have already been asked before, but do you think it's okay to go through your significant other's phone and vice versa? Do you think it's okay for them to go through your phone?
All right, well, you want to go?
I'm not a big believer in invading people's privacy, so I wouldn't go through the phone
at all.
No.
What if there was like, what if you had some sort of suspicion that she was cheating? Like you might have looked over her shoulder by accident, or you seen Patrick texting her phone, and you ain't never heard no Pat, and now Patrick's name got a little heart next to it or something, or you seen Pizza Hut texting her phone at 2:30 in the morning, and I'm not
gonna dig through the phone, but if I seen it, I'm gonna confront her about it. Probably.
And then what if she denied to the end? What if she just deny it?
Let me see. Prove it. That would prove it.
I would never.
So what? I would never go through.
Look, my whole motto always been saying, if you ain't paying my bill, don't touch my phone.
And vice versa. So there's never a reason that you would think that you would go, even if Pizza Hut texting her at 2:30 in the morning, you not.
I'm be like, yo, who text? I ain't gonna grab your phone and look through it. I'm be like, yo, who texting you?
Okay, and then what did she say?
What
did she say? It's Pizza Hut, and it was coming to give me, some pizza. What if it was Little Caesars delivering her hot and ready?
Caesars. Yeah,
what if they were delivering her? So all right, so you don't want to go.
When I tell her to prove it, she's gonna have to show me. Like
okay, and if she don't,
I'm not touching it.
No, there's a rotating door.
Yeah.
So
the door is never permanently closed. You know what I'm saying?
So she gonna get her hot and ready.
Yeah, you might have to 2 in the morning. Tell them to come tell Pizza Hut come pick you up. No, John, tell them when they deliver that pizza, get in the car. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
To me, there's no. I'm one of those. I just feel like there's no reason to ever like if I feel suspicion, that means that there's something there. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta speak to you about it before it gets to the point where I feel like I need to pick up your phone.
But Even if you feel the need, you're not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
Okay.
I'd rather just confront him about it.
I'm just not gonna do it. I can't because I know like I'm one of those I believe you like once you go looking for something you're gonna find it.
But what if she wants to go through your phone?
You don't pay my bills, bro.
So you're on the same type of time like she can't.
But like if she needs to like me, I'll be like, yo, if you need to use my phone, boom.
Oh, she needs to use your phone.
Yeah, if you wanna use my phone, that's cool. Like if you wanna make a call, hit somebody up, it is what it is. Yeah. I'll go take a shower and leave my phone out here. Like I wouldn't give a fuck. Like I'm cool.
Okay.
I'm saying, but if I'm doing something that makes you feel like you need to go through my phone, you should speak to me before you do. Because then if you go through my phone first before you even speak to me about it, then it's like, yo, now we gotta talk about this. Like, what's going on? Because it's like you're not talking to me. We're not communicating. You have an issue. Obviously, you've had an issue, and I've done something to make you feel like you had to. So for me, it's like now we have a problem where it's just like you're kind of not respecting me in that way. Whereas it's like respect me and communicate first. And then if you don't believe what I say now, it could be like, yo, show me your phone. And it was like, I'm not going to show you my phone or vice versa. Then it's like, all right, now we really have a problem. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what I did before you feel like you need to go pick up my phone. Communicate. Communication is important in a relationship. Yeah. People break that and just go straight to the phone because they need to know. Yeah. Talk to me, yo. That's all I say. I'll be like, yo, talk to me before. What did I do? Explain to me what I did. What have I been doing? Where have I been, inching my phone away a little bit whenever we together? What have I been doing that has made you feel that way?
Yeah. So I agree with both you guys. I don't believe in going through anybody's phone. And I agree if you're not paying even if you are paying the person's phone bill, if y'all like that, I still don't believe in going through a person's phone. It's given very parent-child relationship. Yeah. But I also think nobody should be hiding their phone either. Me personally. Yeah, exactly. Because regardless of what, if you want to do something, there's the features to hide it.
Look, there's apps. There's literally apps. Yeah. There's an app, right? It's like it'll say like, damn, this is from like way back in the day. There's an app they created it where it'll be like an audio app. So you wouldn't or a file app. It'll say file, but when you click on it, it will like glitch purposely because you have to hit a certain button before you hit it for it to open, right? And all those have your private messages and all that shit that you want. I'm telling you, they all these.
Yeah, it's ways around.
It's a take. I don't know where it's from, government or wherever it's from, but I'm telling you, like, you know how they say like we're overpopulating. Yeah. I feel that was a way like that they did this shit. It's one of the ways because they're obviously not just gonna come straight to like, let's say when like let's say like an explosion happened somewhere, right? And they're like, oh, they did it because we're too overpopulated. They're trying to like kill off people, right? Or COVID type shit.
Yeah.
Right. So I feel they're attacking us from so many different ways. And I feel the phone is one way that nobody pays attention to. We never ask for these features ever. Yeah. And yet somehow we always got features that will help you hide shit.
Which is crazy.
Which I never thought about.
I know. I'll be deep.
I don't use them.
I'll be deep with this shit. Cause I'll be like, yo, why do I have like I scroll every time I get like the new phones and shit, there's like there's a mode on my phone that's like, it's like a secret mode. So like literally you turn it on, changes your whole phone.
That's what, that's Galaxy or that's iPhone?
It's Samsung.
Oh, Samsung? We have a feature like that?
Yeah.
Not that I need it. Not that I need it, but now I'm kind of like, what?
Folder, so like, and it's password protected.
Yeah.
And I knew that.
That feature's been on the phone for like the last like 7 series, like so going back like 9 years. And I've never used it, but I know it's always there. And I'm like, damn, yo. What if I need to put something in there? They're giving me something I don't need or I don't want to use that I never even asked for.
To tempt you to do something you would never do. Exactly. Didn't think you would do.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I'm like, yo, that's one way that they're, breaking apart the nuclear family.
And I feel like I used to be able to say like I could never trust people that just message people on Snapchat because you know how it's vanishing messages. Yeah.
And look. Now Facebook has given Instagram has given us vanishing messages
now.
Oh yeah, they do, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like features like that. Like
exactly.
you're promoting. You're like all these companies are helping promote
cheating.
Like cheating and destroying
behavior. Nuclear family.
Yeah. Like there's. I'm telling you, they're attacking us from all places, and everybody's not paying attention to that.
Your theory doesn't sound too crazy.
That's my conspiracy theory, though. What was your conspiracy theory? I forgot. I
totally forgot. It's gonna hit me, but I don't remember. But yeah, I don't remember now. Darn. I have a lot, but I'm not gonna go down a rabbit hole because people are gonna be like, all right. No, I'm not even. COVID is one of them, but we're not gonna go there.
I'm with that.
Yeah,
I'm completely.
But I feel like if we go there, you know how you can get shadow banned, all that stuff.
No,
And I don't even want to.
Instagram will put a disclaimer.
Yeah, I don't even want to. Instagram puts a disclaimer too when you do the COVID. They do.
Spotify does it.
Yeah,
too.
so I don't even want to.
Nope.
I don't want to go there.
No, we ain't going there.
Because we. Yeah.
You're gonna do it because we said the word. I'm dead serious.
They're gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna put a disclaimer.
They flagging. Damn, they flagging out here. That's crazy.
That's cool. It's when you go look at it, like it'll just say like COVID information. You click and get,
Yeah.
It's cool though. But I'm with you on that one. I was preaching about that on here.
Oh, I've been from the beginning
during the whole pandemic.
I'm not gonna.
I was talking my shit. Now, slowly they're letting all the information out.
What happened to it? What happened? Where's the mask? Where's everything? What happened?
You see, they voted to allow all the files out now about it.
Yeah, I seen that.
And not a single one of them. What's it called? It was like a complete every person voted for it. Like everybody that
in house
voted for it.
Yeah.
And not a single one was like opposed to it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
They're slowly leaking it. They're slowly letting things out because it's like for them to just be like, "Yo, we were wrong."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't just come and take that kind of accountability without thinking there's going to be some repercussion from the public.
They're doing a slow drip.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, there's a lot of
and people are still wearing masks. You idiots.
I mean, hey, listen. But if you want to wear your mask, that's your business. I'm big on people doing what they want to do, just not shaming other people for not doing it. Do what you want to do.
That's true.
But I do think
but
kind of think for
don't work.
And like I said, I work in a nursing home. So that's why I'm big on just people doing what works for them. Because I will say that I do have my theories about COVID, but there was a sickness that was going around. And me working at a nursing home, I did see how so many of our elderly affected some. We had a whole wing that died. It was like 10 people, and it was back, and it was sad. And it was people actually, residents actually liked, but. On a serious note on where it came from and all that, absolutely, there's a lot of conspiracy behind it, and it's not conspiracy, it's truth. Like there's a lot of truth behind it that people don't want to hear about.
They try to say a bat.
Yeah, no, it didn't come from no damn bat. Is that? Well, they did. They over there eating.
No,
bats.
They said they didn't find no bats over there.
Like people are eating bats. People do eat bats over there.
They do eat bats,
but they didn't come from it. I know that it didn't come from it. Exactly. Of course, it didn't come from that.
But there was a lab that's like real close to it.
Yeah, of course.
Common sense.
But
what we talking about?
Yeah.
But the masks don't work, yo. I'm gonna tell y'all again, yo. You know what I mean? Unless you have the one that, what was the one they said?
The KN95s.
Yeah, the 95. Yo, get
those
yourself
are
one.
hard to wear. Like they're so tight on your face. I have some because we have to have them.
I started wearing masks at work because I can't breathe. Like I don't know what it is, allergies or what, but it's really crazy at my job. But I actually found these things, right? So they're like foam nose plugs.
Oh, like the earplugs?
Yeah, but for your nose so you can breathe. But it's a filter.
Oh, that's cool.
So I bought that on Amazon, so now I don't have to wear the mask anymore, and it works pretty well. I just used it the last 2 days.
So you still not like feeling like the chest?
Because I was getting a lot of like buildup in my lungs, so I had to figure something out. So I looked on Amazon and they had those, and I picked one up and shit works perfect, yo. Those filters. So if anybody's having problems with, like if you work around the dust or anything like that, Amazon has those and they work pretty well. Just make sure you find one, because I found one that fits black people noses.
Yeah, because our noses is a little different.
It's a little
different.
Yeah, so
a little different.
I had to, if you're a minority with bigger nostrils like me, so just do that. But damn, do we have any? I think I had something else. Oh, we got to circle back to that question I asked.
I didn't get a chance to think about that. Wait, side note, did you guys see that? The 4 travelers in Mexico that got like the one girl was going down there to get like surgery.
Did you see the update?
No, what happened?
The cartel apologized.
Yeah, it was an accident, right? It was a
It was an accident. And they turned the people in that did it. Yeah.
Wait, the cartel
apologized because they don't want no beef with the U.S., yo.
Oh,
you don't want no beef. You want no beef with that shit. Right, yeah.
And speaking of like not wanting beef with the U.S., like a lot of people were saying to me, "Oh, you're brave to travel alone. You're brave to travel outside the country alone." And I feel like I personally feel more comfortable traveling outside the country alone than I do traveling in state alone. And let me tell you why. Because when you're not on U.S. soil, they do not want no smoke. They are going to protect you because they know when you're in states. Let's say something happened to me in Florida or Miami, or excuse me, I know Florida is Miami. I'm sorry. If something happened to me,
Miami's like a different country.
If something happened to me somewhere in the States, it's like, oh, it's just another girl that she just died in the States. She was doing this or she was doing that. States aren't fighting states to protect their citizens. We all won. But if you travel outside, or if you're a traveler, when you're not in the States, they gonna protect you some way. It's not like you ain't getting snatched up. Or, no, because they don't want no problems. They don't want no smoke. They don't. Yeah. So of course I'm comfortable traveling outside the U.S. and being a citizen by myself because I know that like if something happened to me here, regardless of what, like it is going to be a little bit of a problem, especially if you're a black person too. I feel like if the U.S. ain't doing enough for you, then black people going to get together and start rallying and protesting, and now it's even a bigger thing.
Yeah, right.
So. Yeah, but that situation was crazy.
I was like, yo, ain't no way the cartel turned them, and they did. Turned them in.
Yeah. But I just kind of, and I'm not trying to be funny, but it's like, it's crazy how bad vanity has gotten that you go to another country to get plastic surgery and then people die over it. The girl who was getting surgery, I don't think they killed her. I think it was two people that she was. I don't think it was her. It was four of them. They killed two of them. I don't think she was one of them that got killed. I don't think so, but I don't know. But it's like, I would be mad if like. That's just heartbreaking to think that you go with a friend or whoever she was to them to go get surgery and then someone loses their life over it, over vanity. Like, it's crazy how sad as a society we've gotten over just cosmetic surgery and just for a look. Like, what?
And you being cheap at that too.
Yeah,
like,
and being cheap at that. Like,
it's your body. Like, go to Miami, bro.
But Miami's cheap. Like, trust me, I've been to Miami twice, and it's cheap. But it's just like I just think it's beyond where you go. It's the fact that like dragging other people into it's just sad. Overall, it's sad all around. It's just
I think maybe they were there to make sure that she was safe.
Yeah, and I get that. But
at the same time, it's like y'all still went into a place where y'all
shouldn't have gone for something like that. Like, no, like I feel like even if you've done your research, you still have to be a little weary about going out the country for surgery because going out the country is, first of all, it's fairly dangerous because it's different where if you're a U.S. citizen on foreign soil and you get killed out of just accident, incident, or maliciously, it's different. They want to protect you. But if God forbid, if someone were to go out of the country for surgery and you die getting surgery, they're not coming after the surgeon per se. No, that was a choice. You've made that choice to go off of, U.S. land and go get surgery on foreign soil. Now if something happens to you, people die, all the time going to different countries getting surgery. And of course we don't do anything because it's like, well, you now made a choice to put yourself in that kind of danger. So it's just like, it's sad. I'm not saying don't go out the country to get surgery. I'm saying just kind of think before you do it and make sure it's what you really want to do. And that situation just kind of like, it really was an eye opener for me because I'm not going to lie. I always was like, you know what? After I have my kids, I'm probably going to go to DR and get me a little nip tuck, but I'm just not going to do it. It's just not worth it. It's just not like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. No, it was very sad to see. Very, very sad. And it's just like, those people, I should look it up. Let me look it up to see if she's
because I don't know all the specs, but I think it's sad on both ends because imagine if like you're the person who just wanted to go get surgery and then the people who were with you ended up dead. It's just sad overall. I'm not saying it's her fault because of course no one knows that's going to happen, but I think it's just we should as a people, as society, as women start thinking, let me think from all angles, what could go wrong if I do leave the country or if I go anywhere to get surgery? Let me think about it from all angles because that's something that I don't think any of us as women who go to get surgery think about like, oh, we could, die out of mistaken identity. I've never thought about that ever. I would never think about that.
Yeah, right. Sad. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was sad. Yeah. Like,
trying to see.
So is that what it was? Mistaken identity?
Yeah. Yep. It was mistaken identity.
Damn.
Yeah. And it's just sad. It's really sad.
Damn, they apologize to everybody on that shit.
Oh, for real?
They did turn their guys in, yeah.
But you know what? Like, I feel like at least there was some kind of accountability taken. Obviously, it doesn't replace the life, but it's like there was accountability taken, and there will be some kind of justice. Even when
they said even a Mexican woman died in the shootout too.
Really?
Damn. During that, yeah. Damn.
It's just sad. It's sad.
2 dead, 1 wounded. I'm trying to find out if the girl,
the actual person, yeah.
2 kidnapped with them. Were alive and 1 wounded. Driving American was taken to the border. Yeah, they're not really saying if.
Yeah, they probably haven't released the full details yet because there's probably so much still to like investigate. But
Yeah.
that's something that was definitely like an eye opener. And I'm not one to follow the news, but like my parents were sending it to me because they're like, see, you like to travel alone and you like to do crazy stuff and look, and I'm just like, that. I mean, that doesn't scare me from traveling, but that does kind of make me think a lot more about.
Well, I say if you go to Mexico,
Surgery.
stay on the resorts, man. They protect the shit out of those.
Nah, but when I went to Mexico, I went to the hood. I'm not gonna lie. I did. I told them, don't be like me though.
Stay on the resort.
Yeah, stay on the resort. I
What
agree.
What they do is they protect the shit out of them.
Oh
resorts.
yeah, for
Any
sure.
country you go to, because the tourism brings in a lot
the
of
U.S. dollar.
Yeah, so make sure you stay on resorts wherever you go.
Yeah.
Make sure you stay there. Some places like I know Jamaica, they warn you to they be like, "Oh, stay on here if you don't want to, go ahead." But
That's on you.
yeah, you should probably stay. But yeah, so
And if you're going to get surgery, just be careful. Be
go
careful
to
all
Miami,
around.
Dr. Miami do his thing.
Yeah, I mean, Miami. There's a lot of other. Texas does pretty affordable
Word,
surgeries.
that's right near Mexico. Yo,
Texas.
I mean,
Yeah.
they'll fly them over. Probably the Mexican doctors get them over the border, baby. But yeah, so we can circle back to the question that I had, which was about your higher self, what it looks like, and what will it take you to get there? No, anybody? No. Damn, yo, y'all like it, man.
It's hard. It's a difficult question because when I think of higher self, meaning the person that I want to be, like
Yeah, that
my
you look-
end goal.
Yeah, that you're looking, As of right
I
now,
guess
that could change as
it
time
could
goes
change.
on. It could
So-
change, but as we're speaking on like right now, what would that person look like, or was the even if you're working towards goals? Like for me, I guess I should just go since you guys are taking forever. But now for me, like right now, I'm currently working on getting my personal training certificate, right, and also my photography certificate. Like I'm working on both, so like those are two things where I really want to make sure that I get into. But like when it comes to like my higher self, it'd be somebody who's has like have my business, right, because we're working as a group. We're actually working on something right now. Okay. Being a business owner, that's something that I definitely want to add to my repertoire of things. But I see my looking more of somebody who's more accomplished. Right now I feel like I'm in a good space, a really great space in life. But I feel like I want to get to the point where I could be like, all right, I'm really more accomplished and well-to-do, and where I can help somebody. Last episode, we spoke on like what we want to do to impact the world. So I want to be able to be in a position where I can help somebody else, because that's very important to me. So I like if I could get there, that's like the higher self that I see, where it's just like I'm in a position to be able to reach out and help somebody else that's in desperate need of help, where I can impact their life in a positive way. That would be, where I would really want to be. That's where I see myself going towards. And yeah, that would be, what's going to take for me to get there would be like, it's just the hard work. It's just making sure like, you have your head on straight, currently studying and shit. So, and then making sure I'm saving. So, cause we have the business thing. I think that business, when we do as a group, we're trying to get a group business. So when we do end up getting something like that, where we don't have to work for somebody else, we're able to have our own. When that happens, I feel like I'll be able to actually help somebody else, because it's hard to help people without having the kind of money, especially in the U.S. So, yeah, that's where I see myself. I see myself being somebody in a great position, in a position to help others. That's where my higher self at the current moment would look like. But yeah.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. I think when I think of my higher self, I think of a woman who has some kind of passive income coming in, whether it be from properties, from some kind of passive income coming in. A woman who's just more able to relax, who's more able to rest. I think of a woman who is working on building a family, having kids. I think my higher self can definitely consist of me being a mom, a wife. And also my higher self consists of me definitely mentoring, which is why I actually just signed up to be a big brother, big sister, because I love mentoring. So it consists of something like that, of just being a great woman overall, but a really great mom, a great wife, a great just generally a great person. And I think what it takes to get there is continuing to invest in myself, continuing to do a lot of like inner work and learning how to interact with other people. Not that I don't know how to interact with other people, but just learning how to really understand people, understand how they think, understand how to have a cohesive relationship, a cohesive romantic relationship, working on those things, and definitely investing more into my passive income investments that I'm doing. So investing more into that, continuing with my good money habits, because I have some pretty good money habits, all that stuff. Just overall working on being a good person, a better person.
Word.
Yeah. My higher self.
You've had that long thing.
I know, right? It's like I'm still thinking. I'm just like, what? Like, I wouldn't probably. It's probably like it'd probably just be something simple. I'm guessing. So I'll
guess it. Don't guess. This is not a guess. It's not a guess. You know you should know yourself, man.
I know I should.
That's a hard question though.
Yeah,
it's difficult.
You gotta reflect sometimes on like I feel. A lot of times people don't take the time to like reflect on themselves, right? I've always said this. The one thing I do feel like I've learned to do is be more self-aware. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if somebody asks me like, why'd you do something? I could be able to tell them why, and not just be like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't like to make any too impulsive decisions. I try to be very logical with my thinking. So I feel like having self-awareness is very important. And I think a lot of people end up lacking it. Which could get you into, problems in life if you're not self-aware. So it's a thing. I really do take time to I think a lot. I live alone, so I get a lot of free time to think about shit, especially even when I'm doing things like for the podcast or anything. I get time to like really think about shit. But yes, I think everybody is important to take time to reflect on a lot of shit though. But a lot of people don't take time. Mm-hmm. You have to.
And you've had time to think.
You've had a lot of time to think, and I just gave you an extra 2 minutes.
Yeah, and you didn't answer the question. Back to you.
Don't guess, dog. You gotta know. we at the point where you gotta know like these things. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, man.
Because I don't know. I was actually talking to my brother the other day. He asked me how things have been. I'm like, yo, honestly, I just been going through emotions, and I don't like that about myself. Like I'm just kind of just going through life.
So what you gotta do to change it? That's what I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying?
So like I said, like higher self, I would not have never thought about that. Like that's just mad thought. That's like I would have to think about that like for real. But like as of now, I just want to be well to do. Like I just want to be like well off. Like I don't want to have to be worrying about stuff like anything at all. So like me having to own a business or whatever, just to have money coming in, so I could just be able to just do whatever I feel like doing. That'd probably just be the goal. But obviously that's going to change over time, but that's kind of where I'm at right now.
And what are you doing to get to that? It's a two-part question, man.
I mean, I've just been working a lot, so I was just trying to get my money right and stuff like that. But
do you think that could be the cause of the mundaneness that you feel in life?
Maybe.
That you might be working life and work balance, man. It's important.
That's true. That's true. I mean, stuff has slowed down now, so now I have time to start focusing on other things too. So maybe I need to start doing that.
Pick up a hobby, dog. I'm telling you, it's important. People don't have hobbies and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that's important. Very important.
I gotta get a hobby.
You don't have one?
I don't have one. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I really have
need a hobby. That's what I'm saying.
I have like 5 jobs.
Yeah, but yeah,
like,
that's.
I guess working is a hobby.
But do you feel like you have a balance, like in your life, with your,
Sometimes, but sometimes I do feel like it's more work than life. Like the work-life balance. Sometimes I feel like on the seesaw, like work is all the way up here and life is down here. I want to get it to the seesaw where it's leveled.
Yeah.
Or even more, I would love to get the seesaw to where it's life and work is down here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But right now, I'm just working on getting it level because I definitely feel like work takes over a lot more than life does.
Yeah. For me, I'm like him. Like my job, they slow down, with the OT. So I get a lot of time to myself now. I get a lot of time to do other things. That's why I started the, get my, the photography thing. And I'm already doing the photography, obviously, through this podcast. But I'm actually starting from the beginning. So like I bought a bunch of books and stuff like that. Register for classes and shit. So things things like that. I'm like, I got spare time now. I'm not doing a lot of OT. Might as well, learn something, a new craft that I could get into. And then the physical personal trainer shit, like, might as well. So, yeah, man. Trying to read more books this year. That's my
I know. I was actually talking with my coworkers about that too. I was like, I got to start reading some more too.
Well, my trick. I don't know if it's gonna help anybody else out who's trying to read books too. If you feel you don't have a lot of time in your day, like normally people like when you go to sleep, before you go to sleep, you on your phone.
Yeah.
All right, so
take that time.
That last 30 minutes that you're on your phone, put your phone down and read the book. Even if you get like 2-3 pages in or whatever, however many pages you could get in 30 minutes. Not saying y'all stupid, but you know what I mean. If you could get a good 30 minutes, even 20 minutes in to a book every night, boom, out of nowhere you'd be like, oh shit, I'm done already. You know what I'm saying? So that little trick that's helping me out because me, I feel like I do a lot of shit through my time, so I lose track of time and shit. And I fill it with mad shit. So the little time I do have, I was like, oh shit, I'm always on my phone. Like the last half hour before I go to sleep, might as well read a book. So yeah, that's something new now.
I don't know. When I was younger, it was easier for me to read because we had to. It's like the accelerated reader stuff. We had to read the book and then take the test. So I was like, yeah.
So I mean, as an adult, it's harder to read. I know some people are very passionate about that shit, and they could read like 20 books in a month. So, but yeah, if anybody's trying to read and you feel like you don't have the time before bed, they're usually good. And it's good for your eyes too, because your phone's bad for your eyes before you go to sleep.
Yeah. I know the ladies at my job, they be finding time to read because it's been so slow at work. So they be in the doc office, they have nothing to do. But they just sitting there reading. Like
I take my book to work.
I take my book to work, but I never have time to read.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of time.
And I'm always at my desk.
I be seeing people take the funniest shit be people that take their book on a plane flight and then they don't read it.
I'm that person. I'm that person. Take a book on vacation and never crack it open ever.
That's what I'm telling you. Like this year, I'm gonna do.
Maybe that's what I should start doing instead of watching a movie on a flight. Start reading.
The crazy thing is the book that I just got for my birthday, I was on a flight and the girl next to me was reading it and I was reading as she's reading. I'm like, when I got off the plane, I was like, Mom, I want this book. So my mom ended up buying me the book because I seen the girl next to me reading it and I was like, this is interesting. But she was kind of going a little fast too. So I was like, wait a second, sis, slow down. I didn't finish the last sentence, but now I have the book myself. So
you started it yet?
I did start it. I actually started it before bed, like you said, and I sadly only got 3 pages in because I fell asleep.
Yeah, it's all good though. 3 pages per night.
That's 3 pages more than I read.
3 pages every night. And you go. I did. We tried to do with the boys.
Yeah, we're supposed to do a challenge. Supposed to read a book a month.
2 years ago. No, 2 years ago we I challenged all of them to read a book.
Per month?
No. Just
for that month.
It was just for that month. It was just for that December.
Did they read it?
Hell no. I read a book.
I know he did. I didn't.
Meek did audiobook. He cheated. Books. He be cheating. That don't
count. You're not even reading it.
But a lot of people actually do audiobooks now. But for me, it's just like a podcast. It's the same shit.
Yeah,
somebody's reading to you, somebody talking to you, the same shit. I don't really like audiobooks. I need to read the book.
I feel like I'd be better off. Yeah, I feel like reading because I like visualizing when I'm reading. So
yeah. No, but what kind of readers are you guys? Like, do you need quiet? Or are you able to be read like me? I can never read in let's say like a Starbucks. It's too loud.
Oh yeah, no, I need a quiet set. I used to be able to read.
Like I can't read around too much noise. I'm very.
I get distracted. I get distracted easy.
Starbucks are pretty quiet for the most part, but if it's a little noisy, I can do it. If it's a little.
I can't.
Nah, I get distracted.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do.
I get distracted very easy. I'll read one paragraph and then I'll hear something. Boom. My head's up, and I gotta go back and the last sentence and be like, where the fuck was I? Yeah, I'm that kind of reader. I hate it. I hate it. So I have to have it on a plane. I could do it because everybody's quiet. But any or at home, anything like that. But if I'm outside, I can't read outside.
Nah, I'll never get anything.
Like I try to do when I read at work on my break. My coworkers are always trying to talk to me.
Yep,
all the time. like they don't see an open book. Yeah, so yeah. But you know what I mean? Anybody out there find a hobby?
Maybe I start taking books to work because when I'm at break, I sit by myself. So yeah.
And what people do be on their phones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Any times when you don't really need to be on your phone, pick up a book, yo.
True.
If you want to read, I won't, put anybody on no shit, but
We don't want to push education on people.
I don't. Some people ain't about that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want you to feel like
Totally inappropriate.
hell yeah. You know what I mean? Read any books you feel like, or listen to an audiobook.
Yeah.
Or you could just check out Brunch podcast. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
Educational too. Here and there. We got any other questions, or are we about to wrap it up with a quote?
I think I'm all right. I think I'm good.
You got anything for him?
Oh, do I need to go off on this?
What?
I'll probably
Not go off on it.
Nah. Too much time has passed now.
No, you
Not go
already
off on it. You
said
might get a female perspective.
Yeah.
Nah, it's about sports.
Oh,
About what? Oh, your boy Ja. Oh, go ahead. Go off on Ja, yo.
Boy.
Talk about it.
I know what's
Alright.
going on. I know a little bit.
All right, so you heard about what happened?
Gun smoke, yeah, just waving at.
All right.
Ja Wick.
I just want to preface whatever I'm about to go off on by just saying he was dead wrong for even posting that on IG Live. Like, you're bugging.
IG Live, that's what I came
Yeah,
from.
he was
on, he
wild.
was on live while everybody was asleep. and yes.
Yo, you know people who have,
People
the
watch it.
screenshots. Yeah, so I saw it the next morning. And I was just like, oh, there we go. The first thing I said, I wrote on Twitter, I was like, a suspension is coming. There's no way he gets out of this one. It's going to be too much public pressure.
Can you preface it? What exactly did he just start waving the gun on live like out of nowhere?
So
Yeah, 'cause
he's in a strip club.
Yeah, there was a strip club.
With his shirt, he's probably the most naked motherfucker in that strip right there.
Probably.
in that
He was in a
video.
strip club with his shirt off.
With his shirt
Yeah.
off. Wild.
He has
That's-
like mad chains on.
As a man, that's wild. Anyway, he's in the strip club with his shirt off, and he's singing a song, fire ass song too, NBA YoungBoy song.
Yeah.
But he's singing a song and he pulls out this little pistol and he waves it out there like this.
Why you do that?
Because that's literally what he
Why
did.
you pulled it out?
He put out a little tiny little.
Because it was that small.
I seen that.
It looked like what they call it, the cricket. Is it on
from
Men in Black?
Yeah.
It really looked like that. Like,
Was
and
it real though?
Oh, it was real. It was real.
How
But,
did he
no, I'm
get
saying
in
it's
there?
as small as the
Yeah, no, I know, but
because he jaw like.
and they just. Oh yeah, I could see why that would.
You ain't
why
gonna,
would
if I'm
you
an
do
NBA
that?
star, you're not searching me no matter where I go,
Yeah, I
unless
guess.
I'm at the airport. That's like the only place. Like,
Why would you do
if I go to any bar, club, like, all right, security ain't touching me. You wildin'.
Yeah, so there's a whole investigation still going on. Like the cops,
they
like the
closed it.
police. Oh no, that's them. I'm talking about the NBA because now if they find out that got on the plane,
Yeah, that's
that's automatic 50 games.
So,
Wait, so he was-
away. So
Yeah, because they weren't at home.
and that's where a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a gun. He's just having fun, blah blah blah. Like, we're not the fun police. I don't give a fuck about that. You
Yeah.
can do whatever you do.
But why bring it in the club? What if
Why
somebody
take-
get hurt?
Why take your phone out? That's the only.
Yeah,
thing
that was the whole
to me,
thing.
it's like, bro, you could do that. Nobody has to know.
Yeah, you didn't. There's no need to post
I don't think
No,
you should
you
bring
shouldn't.
that in the
You shouldn't,
club.
period.
Like, what
I
if
don't wanna
somebody
be
got
telling a grown man what
somebody
to do.
gets
Yeah.
hurt?
Yeah, gangsta though.
To me, it's not about like putting it on live. I just think like, why would you
But
bring
it
that
is,
in
though.
somewhere that someone could
But
get hurt?
these days is about where you put it. Like, you should not show.
It's always
that.
about optics. It's always about optics at the end of the day.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're an NBA star. You shouldn't show it. Yeah, you're able to get it in.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be flying. Like, he flew with it, which is the problem.
You
went to a different state with it.
Oh, because you can put it. Because you can fly with things in your. You can fly with a gun in your
You have to
in
declare.
your.
You have to declare it though.
You have to declare.
Yeah.
If he didn't declare it, none of that shit. Like,
Which he
they're
probably
investigating.
did, 'cause, I mean,
no,
you don't think so?
That boy dumb like that.
The thing is, the NBA like they have like a collective bargaining agreement that you can't have firearms on team property.
Yeah.
And the team playing is team property.
Exactly.
That's automatically 50 games.
Wait,
if
say, okay.
he's guilty.
You can't have firearms on team property. What do you mean? Like
The
so?
plane. You can't have it on the plane.
Oh,
Team
they were in a
plane. It's a
private.
team
They were in a
plane. Yeah,
private.
they fly.
Oh,
Yeah.
duh. Okay.
Yeah. you
I'm
can't-
thinking, like-
and he definitely flew with that shit.
You think so?
Fuck, bro. Come on, man. Where's he getting the guns in? Where do you think he got that gun in Colorado?
He got
Maybe they have a
people.
bunch of.
He got
little-
people?
He got people.
Well, you never know.
crazy.
Never say you never know.
But yeah, when you're a
crazy.
celebrity, you can get anything
Yeah.
anywhere.
You can- yeah,
When
you-
if you got enough money, you
You-
can get anything anywhere.
You think he went to the store and bought that gun?
Well, I didn't say to the store. I said he probably had one of his peoples bring it.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah,
From
you
where?
never know.
From where?
I don't know.
Yo, Ja flew with that shit. I don't give a fuck what he say, yo.
It was little. I did see it,
Yeah,
and I was like,
little
wait,
pew
what?
pew he had. Like, come on, man.
What?
Couldn't even hurt a fly
Why?
with that shit.
Why?
Because he wants everybody to know he gangster. He be on Twitter like acting real
The thing
gangster.
Is he
not
though?
the
Like,
thi-
is he from the hood? Is he-
Hell no.
He's not
thing
from the
is,
hood?
No, the thing. So like the thing is, there's been a whole bunch of stories coming out and all this and
He's
that.
from a
I just
nice-
think it got
he's
to
from
the
a
point
nice
he was
family.
just trying to troll and trying to be funny.
He wasn't trying
And
to
he
troll.
went-
Didn't
Fuck
Shannon
no,
Sharp
bro.
almost beat his dad up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of where it all went left. That's kind of where it all went left.
Wait, you think him rapping and on that video was him trolling?
No, I'm talking about the whole waving the gun thing. Not
You
the,
think that was a troll?
Yeah.
He did it because he thought it was cool. Like dead ass. That's dudes only do shit like
I
that
said,
when they think
but it's like
cool,
I said,
bro.
because remember how you was asking me about the whole situation with the 17-year-old, and how that story ended up being fake.
It's not fake.
It
It's
is.
a real police report.
What story? What story?
So so there was something that happened back in the summer. They already closed the investigation and everything.
Yeah, but it's a real. But
Oh no! What I'm saying, yeah, because he got into a little scuffle with a 17-year-old.
He did the guy did job.
Yeah.
He hit a 17-year-old.
But then later on, like just like last week, there was a story. I guess somebody tried to say that he pulled the gun out on the kid.
Which he probably did.
No, which he didn't.
How you know that?
Trust me, if that piece of information, now think about it. And that, don't you think that would have been in the initial
Yeah, I feel like
investigation
that
if that
would have been a
happened?
big deal.
That's common sense, bro. Like,
I
don't
know
do that.
The way Ja be talking online, he
Really? Is he
definitely-
that bad? I don't have
Oh,
Twitter, so I don't
what?
know.
Somebody asked him, yo, why you be talking like you gangster? And she's like, yo, it's my life and the lifestyle. I'm not gonna change for nobody.
So okay, so he really
thinks he's a gangster?
he's a suburban kid, like a suburban dude, like he really grew up in like the suburbs. He never grew up in the hood at all.
Yeah.
Oh,
He went to a private school, yo.
oh,
I mean, not to say you can't be gangster and go to private school. You know what I mean? You could go to Central and be gangster, but
yeah,
Ja ain't gangster though.
okay. So,
What Shannon said?
so he just
He
got
acting like
that?
somebody he's not. What?
Oh, so
Okay,
he
nah. On some serious note, I feel I know like what's going on from what I see is he's going through identity crisis. He doesn't know who he is.
Is he young?
Yeah,
He's
23.
23.
Oh,
He doesn't know who he is.
he's still young.
He's still young. He doesn't know who he is. He's trying to find his identity, and
Yeah.
he's hanging out with people that probably gangsters and shit. Like some of his friends are gangsters, and you know what I'm saying. Instead of him being like, "Yo, I have money and I can't be doing this shit," or the people around him being like, "You can't be doing this shit and ruin your career." He's
He's young and dumb. That's just what it is. I understand being 23 and just doing dumb stuff.
He's rapping. He's rapping a real gangster song. It's just dope as fuck. But he's rapping a real gangster song, pulling out a gun. He's doing it because he thinks he's cool. That's all it is.
So what they're investigating now is the
Yeah,
fact
if
that
he
he
had-
got it there,
And
Yeah,
then he
how
flied
did
it
they
over
get there? How did he get there?
and
That's
how
the
he
thing.
He flew that shit.
and they don't care that he had it.
No, because he got into it. He got into because Colorado, they're
They did a whole. The cops did the investigation.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
so they're
said-
okay with him getting it into the
yeah,
place.
but the NBA needs to know how
He got
into
there.
that
Sure,
state.
That's the whole
but
thing.
still, so Colorado just don't care if you up in here carrying guns in the club.
Yeah, his lawyer walked up in that shit and was like, "Yo, it's Ja." It's Ja. That's
But it's a serious situation because
does
he
matter.
might have messed up
It's
his
not
money.
serious. I mean, it's not. It's serious, but it's not. It's serious, I guess, because of how he got it there. But it's not
It's
serious.
not-
The fact that people could have been put at risk because this man carried a gun in the club. Okay,
Yeah, they don't care about that. He's famous. Like when you got money,
crazy.
it's
to me.
different.
And that shouldn't even matter.
Yeah.
Putting people's lives at risk shouldn't matter because
If
of
he
your
was
status.
a normal person,
It would be a problem,
be
right? Like
locked
that's
up.
that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be at a strip club and next thing I know, like someone has a gun and like that's
but that's
wild.
normal.
It's been stories
go
on top
somewhere
of stories
local,
with him.
like-
That's the problem.
See, and the biggest problem is
It's one story after
he
another.
had that story. Literally, he did that while the story about the kid was happening at the same time. You have to be that stupid. Like,
He got into like a physical fight
no,
Yeah.
but it was an old story, right?
Yeah, it was an old
It
story.
got brought back up.
Yeah,
because
right?
of this
It
situation.
got brought no before that. So it got brought back up, and during the time it was brought back up, he decides to go and show a gun on live.
but
boys
it wasn't even
retarded.
just that one too. I guess there was something that happened. Remember that
Oh,
one mall we went to
and
when
then
we was down there?
No, not even the mall. More recent, his boys pointed a gun at security at one of the games.
Alleged the Pacers.
The Pacers game. Supposedly the car he was in, right?
He got in after it happened.
Yeah, the car he was in, the guys in there, supposedly there was a red light that was pointing a laser.
Yeah,
That was pointing at
And
one
it's
of the
assumed
security.
that
Oh,
it was
it was
assumed.
laser.
That, yeah.
So either way,
Oh.
there's a whole bunch of gun shit. Whether true or not, there's a whole bunch of gun talk going on. And then he decides to go on live and show a gun. That is the most
Yeah, that's
dumbest
what I'm
shit.
saying. Like,
You
that was
gotta
just
be a
stupid.
Complete idiot.
yeah.
So they don't have any repercussions for him yet.
No.
They're still
right now
because he hasn't been playing.
he's been
The team
suspended for like
suspended
6
him.
games.
Oh,
Yeah, the team suspended him.
Yeah.
But the NBA itself hasn't gotten in there yet. So,
So
that's
what's
what
the
we're still
worst that
waiting
can
on.
happen?
50 games. So he won't
He has
even
to
be back
sit out
until
for
next
50
season.
games?
Yeah, he won't be back till
Can't
next
bring a
season.
gun onto.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's just a long term suspension. It's never gonna be like a
That's he already avoided the worst. He's not going to jail.
Your career's not gonna end. Like,
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah, he's not got kicked out the league.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Okay, so it's not that deep.
No.
What does it take to get kicked out of the league? Like, what's something that somebody can do to get kicked out? Has
end
anyone
up
ever
in
got
jail.
kicked out?
Put hands on a woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything like pretty much and have you land in jail.
Or sexual assault too. The one kid on the Spurs, he just not recently, but a couple months ago, they released him out of nowhere. He's like one of their prospects, and it came out after he was released that I think he the team therapist, I think he was like sexually, like, I don't know, making like
Dude from the
sexual
Hornets.
comments at her and shit.
You heard dude from the Hornets too.
He bit his girl.
Domestic violence.
Domestic violence.
Yeah,
It'll ruin your career.
Yep.
Yeah, and he was about to get paid. Like, dude from the Hornets was about to get paid.
He was about to get paid.
And these motherfuckers be dumb.
They be
like,
messing up their money.
They're dumb. They don't even think about, the situation in your life that you're in right now.
Because that's like a thing. A lot of people not a job might play themselves out of $50 million doing this.
Yeah, you could lose sponsorships, shit like that. Like, it'll ruin you in other ways than just, you losing your NBA career. Like, you lose sponsorships off, shit like that. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? The boy's just dumb. He's young, though. But you can't be that young and that dumb when you're worth 200 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people go like coming at me because they're like,
His
why
contract
you
is that big,
defending them when it comes to all the other stuff? I'm like, I get it. Like, I can sympathize. I'm like, it's just stuff. Like, when I read into all these stories, I'm like, all right, I can see why he did what he did. Whatever, like, it's cool. But I'm like, my whole thing is like, I'm a Grizzlies fan. I've been a fan forever. Everybody knows. We've never had a guy like this.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like a player? Like, yes, that good?
Yes.
He's that good?
Yes, he's that good. Like, we've never had nobody like that. Like, he's a Sixers fan. He could tell you Allen Iverson, Charles Barkley, things like that.
He's
Can't
good.
had those guys.
Got Joel, baby.
You see what I mean?
He's good up there. Like, he's like, he could be one of the GOATs.
He was one top 10. He's like top 10.
Like, I mean, like, he's GOAT. Like, he could be like one of the GOATs if he
learned to shoot, yeah. I'm literally I'm dead serious. If that boy can learn to shoot, he'll be a great.
Yeah, but
not top 10 though.
But yeah, so like
he could break top
people
25.
Memphis, they will defend this man to the death. But that they like they can't defend that one.
Native? Is he from Memphis?
Nah, he's from South Carolina.
Oh.
It's close enough.
Yeah,
yeah.
Just South Carolina gangster. Yo, John Wick, hilarious.
Yeah, I was seeing those.
The boy's
memes.
crazy, man.
What?
He's a nut. I don't even know why you would even come on, bro.
So I saw the memes all weekend. I just had to just scroll through everything.
But he said he's seeking help though. There's obviously something like I said. I think it's just he's going through identity crisis. That's really when I see it. That's what I see. I feel like it's somebody he just doesn't know himself. He doesn't know the position he's in. That is like, yo, all this shit, the way you talking to people online, all this. Oh, he's a gangster.
I think the first instance,
weird.
The first instance, somebody said something about like his child's mother, and he said, yeah, cute daughter. But I guess it said something about her and not his kid, but like the mom. Yeah, and he says something like, "Oh, it's free to see how these hollows feel." I was like, "Oh snap, okay." And he deleted it real quick.
Yeah,
but
who is his agent? Who is his publicist?
I have no
Someone
idea.
gotta tell him something.
You
gotta get you a good publicist. You gotta get you.
They deactivated all his socials though, and he's saying he's gonna go seek help. He needs help. Like, bro, like who are you? That should be the first question they ask him, bro. Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
Because you doing all this gangster, nobody wants to see you do that, bro.
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
You're an NBA player. None of us care if you the most gangster NBA player in the world. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
As long as you got the talent, you on the court doing your thing. That's all everybody cares about. You don't need to be online and be the biggest gangster online. Like you skinny as fuck, yo. Relax. You're not being nobody, yo.
I think it's one of those things where
Don't shoot him up though.
when you go to when you're raised in maybe a suburban town or a suburban area or maybe a middle class or well-to-do family, as a person of color, I think other people of color sometimes, and it's not all the time, sometimes they put that they make you feel as if you're not black enough, as if you're not hip enough, as if you're not cool enough. And it's kind of almost unfair to push the negative stereotype, especially on men. Like, especially on men, because men always, they need validation. Like, men thrive off of validation. So when you're being invalidated by your people, it almost feels like, no, I have to do something to prove these people wrong. So I get it. When you're constantly told, oh, you talk white, or you're this, or you're that, when it's just like, you cannot help that your family puts you in a position to be well-to-do or to go to a good school district. Like, that should be praised. Like,
and that's literally what the internet was always making fun of him for.
Yeah,
so every time he would do some gangster shit online, people would post that. There's a picture of a nice family picture.
Yeah.
Where he has his little private school shit on and shit. And they repost that every time he does some gangster online.
But it's like, it's almost not fair. It's like people are I can't defend the man, but it's almost like being bullied into being something that you're not.
But
and
he's at the place where
not fair.
nobody cares if you're gangster.
Yeah,
though.
I
That's
agree,
the
but
shit
still,
that's so crazy.
What people are saying is
You're
that
not a rapper. Nobody cares if you're not really about that.
But if the outside, if people on the outside are telling you nobody cares, but internally you still feel like there's a part of you that's missing.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
He has an identity crisis.
But I think as people of color, because this definitely is something that springs from a black person or a person of color type of thing, is that, like I said, we make black people that are different, and black people that are maybe that come from, like I said, more middle and upper class families feel like they're not urban enough, they're not hip enough, they're not cool enough, they're not black enough. And then things like this happen when it's like, just know that black people all across the diaspora, we're all different. We're different. We don't have to all fit into a stereotypical mold. Like, if you are from the hood, that is fine. If you're not, that's fine. Like, it's okay. You are black no matter what. You are cool no matter what. We accept you no matter what. It shouldn't be if you're not gangster enough, if you're not hip enough, if you don't speak Ebonics all the time, if you quote unquote talk white, or if you're educated, or if your family has money, or if your family doesn't have money. Like, it's okay to just be you, and it's okay to just be a black person. Like, you don't have to fit into any type of mold or box. And I think that's kind of probably where a lot of his identity crisis comes from. People on the internet cyberbullying and making him feel like he's not enough. Like, you can't push a man into a corner and think like he just gonna be like, oh, y'all gonna make me feel like I'm soft because I came from, and he might not be soft because he came from the suburbs. Like, he might really got a little smoke in him. He might really got something we don't know.
If you got, look,
don't know.
My thing, the people you always gotta really watch out for are the ones, is either they really crazy or the ones that have nothing to live for. Like, those ones are those are the gangsters for real. Yeah. But you got shit to live for, bro. You have a kid. You have family.
But he might just be really crazy, especially when you've been.
And that's why I like that.
So much.
If he's really getting help, like he said he is,
then that's good.
I like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, get help, because you obviously have an identity crisis. You don't know who you are, and you're showing, like you said, all that, you're being cyberbullied, or you're allowing people to get in there.
Yeah, that's the thing, because they try to tell you like you shouldn't be paying attention to these people. I'm pretty sure he's been paying attention.
But it's hard. It's hard.
He responds to them, and they respond to them gangster. Like, bro, relax.
But it's hard for a normal person to just ignore what people are saying about them, which is why normal people that don't have any money or anything, they take their lives all the time due to cyberbullying. It's hard for a normal person. Can you imagine if you're a normal person and you have maybe 2 people bullying you?
People every day,
and you have a million people every day coming at you, like, that's hard. If like I said, you push a man into a corner and he gonna do something, like, something's gonna happen. That's just it.
Yeah, but he's trying to prove to people, like, I feel that's what that video was like. Yo, I got the gun, I'm about it.
With the little gun finger.
That's what he did with it. Yeah, like, bro, come on, you Salt Bay with it. You know what I mean? Like, what's he doing with that little pew pew?
People was like expecting me to defend. I'm like, I'm not gonna defend that. That's dumb. Like, that was just dumb. Like, you don't do that.
And I just hope like the people around him are like, yo, you gotta chill, man. Like, now you're going down a real crazy road.
His dad, his family, his everything.
And what makes it worse is, like, they said, like, so their team doesn't have nobody 30 years old, right?
No.
Oh, we're all young.
The oldest guy's 29.
Every single member on their team is under 30. So that also, in some places, in some situations is bad, because it's like you need that older, you need the older players to be like, yo, we can't be doing this shit. And they said that one of the players spoke up to the team.
The oldest guy.
The oldest guy had a team meeting literally about him, but he spoke to the whole team. They got to chill and they got to focus on basketball, blah, blah, and then boom.
I think it was right before that.
Was he there in the meeting?
Yes. And then he went and did that shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, you have no guidance.
None.
Even if you have parents, there's no guidance there, bro. No. And his identity crisis, I'm telling you. And he's allowing the internet to get to him.
Because I think when you how you said, even if you have parents, there's no guidance. I think, like, kind of playing off of that, even if you, especially for like men of color, you can have a father in your home and still be misguided, because your father is like physically there, but he's not present there.
Exactly.
Like, he might physically be there, but he's not there in the present to tell you, like, stay focused, like, do this, do that.
And if you're making 200 million more than your dad, he can't tell you shit.
Yeah, he can't tell you anything. But I feel like if you have a really good relationship, a solid foundation, a good relationship with your dad and your parents, they can still tell you something.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because it don't matter. Like, no matter how old you get, like, my parents still gonna be able to tell me, hey, relax. hey, you gotta,
and that's how it should be. But
you have a respect.
There's some situations where it'd be like, yo, bro.
Yeah, but we can't blame the dad. This is not the dad's fault.
There's the stigma on black dads too about how they're not there.
How they're not there, yeah. And then you got one.
And then you have somebody that is there, now they're doing too much. It's like, well, we can't win with
yeah,
y'all.
you can't. Yeah, that's what I mean. In the black community, sometimes it just feels like, well, in the colored community, it just feels like there is no winning. Like there's no winning. There's just not.
Like LeVar Ball, that's my guy. I'm like, he's there for all his kids.
He is,
and everybody hates him. Why? I don't know why.
Because they feel like he's just too much. But that's the thing is, like, when you're a dad and you're passionate about your kids and you're passionate about sports, like people are gonna be like intimidated and upset because they don't feel like black dads should be present like that. But no, like those are your kids on and off the court. Those is your kids. You better show up for your kids and go hard for your kids.
Yep, I'm gonna be that,
and that's it.
I'm gonna be crazy. Yo, I'm gonna be that crazy dad in the stands, yo. Real shit. I'm gonna be screaming and yelling. My kid makes a play, I'm out of here.
Yeah, you
that man said his son's better than Steph Curry. I'm like, what do you expect?
Exactly. You want to don't minimize your kids. Even if they're not, it doesn't matter. You don't downplay your kids or you're in front of nobody for anybody's approval. Like you always talk up to your kids, especially when you have men. Like when you're a man and you have a son, like it's a different level of hard you got to go for your son. It's a different level of respect you got to put on yourself and your son. Like same thing for women, but like I don't know. Like my dad, that's one thing I will say. Like he go hard for my brother. No matter what my brother does, that's my son. Like he gonna show up for his son. And my brother is, I think, almost 40, but he gonna go hard for his son. You have to. Like,
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait to have a little me, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway, but y'all want to do quotables? And we,
sure.
Out of here and shit. I got quotes. You got quotes? Got quote?
Can I find one?
Oh, take your time. Go find one.
I got one.
Hold on, let me I'll pull mine up real quick. I should always have it prepared.
I one earlier that I was actually thinking of saying. I was gonna steal some ladies' quote.
Yo, you ready?
Yep, on you.
Hold on. I didn't even do my intro today. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, you already know who it is. It's a conductor in the building. Let me get my
conductor. You go first.
Is it? Don't mind if I do. All right, yo, you ready?
So my quote is, people will notice the change in your attitude towards them, but won't notice their behavior that made you change. I just got that off the internet.
You ready?
No, I'm sorry. Can you go first?
All right. I say this from Charlemagne. He said, what you'll do with a little is what you'll do with a lot.
So this one is from an Instagram account called The Good Quote. It says, don't miss out on something that could be great just because it could be difficult.
Work hard for it, baby. Yes. Even if it's hard to work for, right?
Yes.
I know. That makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. All right. With that being said, Sasha, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming up here again.
Thank you for
I know your fans are going to tune in. And they always do. Shout out to the fans.
For real.
But, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. This episode 109 of the podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're watching anywhere else, please give us a rating. That'll be dope. And with that, if you're down right now, keep your head up. Seek some help if you can. If there's anybody around you that can help you in any way, make sure you reach out for them, and hopefully they will take the time and energy to give you some help. And if you're up right now, keep climbing. The mountain's never, the journey to the mountain is never over. There's always a bigger one to climb. So keep climbing, keep doing your thing. But yeah, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get out of here.
Bottomless mimosas.
Yes, sir. You already know we out of here.